I do. I do.
He ain't got no American power.
I can fuck you up. I can fuck you up.
Shit, Nako, I would fucking choke slam you instantly.
What do you flex? Okay.
Say what? Look at this crackhead. No, this guy's like 5'2", dude.
I'm 5'11", not 5'6".
You are not 5'11".
I'm
bitch.
5'11".
No, you're not. No,
Yes,
you're not.
I
can
am.
tell by your arm. Dude, my arms are twice as long as yours.
How can you? I don't have a tape measure here.
My arms are literally twice as long as yours. You're not 5. I can tell by your arm length, dog. You can lie all you want. Your arms, you're like 5 foot.
Do you know
fucking-
what
you're
5'11" is? Do you know what 5'11" is?
Tops.
Shut your
Did you see
mouth.
his fucking
Listen.
arms? You don't have the reach, dude. Your reach is like fucking. If you were to chop my arm off right there at my fucking elbow, then yeah, we have the same reach.
Okay. 5'11" is 100. Shut up and let me. You're insecure. You're one of these haters that just attack people with lies, and then when the person starts disproving you
Fingertip to fingertip
and
on
winning
these
with the
tracks,
truth,
it's the
you
same
just
as your
talk
height.
over them. So you don't let.
Generally,
It's like you're
my
gay,
height.
and it's like I'm not. Oh, okay. See, that's very
But
childish.
you, on the other hand, you're a fucking monkey, dude, and you got your arm stretch. I can tell it's like 5'6".
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna prove you wrong. Okay.
No, you're not 5'11".
I'm gonna show my ID that gives my height. 5'11" is 180 centimeters. 179, 180 is 5'11". Hold on, I gotta get my ID card. My
See,
government
we
issued
can agree,
ID.
right? He's got enough intelligence to know that. Listen, you can see that do you guys know that though, right? Your wingspan is basically your height. Generally, when you measure, now again, mine, I got monkey arms, so I'm like 2 inches.
Cool, get ready to put me on the big screen.
Wingspan, but I'm 6 foot on my height.
It's not. Like,
This
so,
nigga right here is 5'3" fingers.
Mike, you're not 5'11", dude.
Russell,
I
I'm
am.
sorry to
Hey,
make
Pool,
you
put
mad,
me on the
but I
big
didn't mean
screen.
to. Huh?
Put me on the big screen.
What's going on, everyone? Russell.
Pool, put me on the big screen.
Because I've got kind of gorilla arms too, like you were saying. I should be a lot taller with my arms.
Long, yes. You're like, oh, this white nigger can dunk a ball.
180 centimeters, that's 5'11". I just proved you wrong.
As long as
That's 5'9", dude. 180 centimeters is 5. It's just under 5'9".
No, it's 5'11".
Generally, what I'm going to tell you is wingspan, if you measure your arms wingspan to wingspan, they're generally your height. Yes, sometimes your arms can be longer, sometimes they can be shorter, but I'm saying...
The distance from my elbow to my longest finger is 1 cubit.
Fucking 7 times!
Mud, it's at 180 centimeters, which is just under 5'9". Just around 5'9".
No, that's
Okay,
5'11".
I can maybe believe he could be 5'8". He does look
He's
okay.
Swedish,
I would go with that. That's fine.
Yeah, anyway, I was listening to the stream before I decided to join in the kitchen. I was having my morning coffee. You had a racist on here before. Was that
Your
you?
dick is also probably a lot smaller than mine.
There was somebody who was talking about
Hold on. Everyone's talking fuck on bullshit. I'm gonna prove this right now, motherfucker. I'm about Mud. Get ready, Mud. Get ready. Just get ready, Mud.
They want you to kick me, Poon.
I'm not gonna keep you. I'm gonna show something. Just hold on. Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we
Yeah.
go. Watch this. Boom. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands.
No, I don't. Maybe my dick is so big.
Yeah, really have a kick in the hand.
So you had this big is wearing something. I don't have a fucking cap on.
Yeah, he ain't got no jock strap on.
I don't have a small dick.
So this is a quick reason. So the context this is, I was in here like this and guest on this panel, and I'm wearing a winter jacket and all in my underwear. And then I walk off to go to the kitchen and I say, Mike, you're wearing a cap. Okay, because it's all going on already, so you bring a cat. So I guess the hate like Michael had a small penis. Is that's a hater. So it's all you got a small penis. By saying that you're wearing a cat. So I walk around the other and I say you're wearing a cat now. You got a cat. I can draw a cat. Okay, sports cat. Because I guess that I just see them both like it's not that okay. He's got a cat. We like say you have a banana inside your pants. Wear around the this. This is haters. Right? They want to say Mike insulted somehow, insinuated with your penis. I'm not wearing a cap. Maybe my dick is bigger than you want it to be.
You're a fucking faggot. You're a little bit shorter than you are. No problem.
You're gonna get him struck with.
It's like there's so many better clips you can get from me that are
I don't have a problem with it,
better,
but I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna get him struck.
more entertaining.
Don't be
Than
fucking striking my shaw. Look at this girl. This girl, I like this girl. She always looks sexy
Like
and
5 minutes ago, where I told you that's the one word I don't
You
have.
don't show your mic.
The one word. You can use queer, you can use gay, you can use any of this
Who, this
one word.
Lemmy Lynn girl? She always looks mad and sexy at the same time.
Yeah, wash my hands.
Do you think you could take mud in a fight?
Hell no. This nigger, I will fuck this nigger up. American Power nigger. I'll
You
fuck
look like an
you up.
old daddy. You look like the dad bod kind of thing going on. Look at this guy, man. He's a killer. He's
Listen, I still going to, still fucking, it's not about the dad fucking muscles, it's about the fucking inclination for damage.
You're coming back with something that you're.
It's American power. It's built into me. It's bred into me. So I could tell that it's not in you. William Wallace left your generation a long time ago, but the American generation in me was still pumped out in the 80s. When I was a kid, an inkling of power, and I still had the power. You gave that up a long time ago. You're overrun. Your race is gone. You're gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. You gave it up, retards. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm going to be American. You're going to be fucking an Irish that never was or never will be again. Nobody will remember your statues. All the savages that take you over will rip down everything you niggers ever built. And you gave it up. You gave it up because you felt fucking
You're
bad.
talking like Saha?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's in the kitchen.
I'm exactly talking like so.
He's gonna bring her fucking knife out there, I promise you.
Listen, this guy right here. Watch out for this motherfucker.
I think Mike could take it, dude. I think he's too insane.
Mike, you better show Mud a roundhouse kick right now.
Do a roundhouse kick, nigger.
Hey, Eddie, what the fuck's the crack?
I'm not a circus Mike. I
No, I
don't
think
perform
Mike's good. He's a
tricks.
nice guy, though.
I
I've talked to this guy. He's not a braggadocious. He's a little stupid, but everybody is on YouTube a little bit. So,
No.
and nothing, you know what I mean? He's Swedish, right? He
Yeah.
gave up his homeland, too. You guys are all fucking morons. You all gave up your homelands. You all gave your homelands up to every fucking savage that wanted to take it over. You're going to heaven. I'm tough here. My ancestors fought for this, and they made it so I could live a great life. I'm going to heaven because I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm stupid here. Right? Take it. Take it. I'm playing video games. What are you guys doing, dude? You giving up your homelands? Nocto. Mike fucking Stabler.
I didn't give up my homeland.
You gave up Sweden. This nigger's giving up Ireland. What the fuck is wrong with you pussies? Are you this stupid? What the fuck is wrong with you niggers?
What do you mean he's in Sweden?
That's what I'm saying. Sweden, they're giving up Sweden. They're letting all the fucking savages overrun that shit. This nigger is a fucking right here. He is the nigger in his own land now. He is the nigger in his own fucking land now. Because he gave it up. He let the government.
I'm not the prime minister of Sweden, so I'm not deciding what happens here. So I shouldn't be blamed.
That's the difference. In America, we got guns.
All
in
right.
America, if they try and take our shit, we got guns.
Okay.
That's why they always try and take our guns like they took your guns.
Yeah. Yeah, and here in Sweden, they try to take other things. They've already
You
taken
ain't
the
taking
guns.
my gun, nigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not letting anything happen. I'm not running Sweden. I'm not the prime
Donald Trump is
minister.
the president. It's
So
about time you motherfuckers are gonna show all you fucking Slavic nations what it means to be white. We're gonna make you remember what it means to be white. You should be proud to be white. You built fucking civilization cultures. For your parents did, your grandparents, your great grandparents did. Most of you lazy fucks didn't do shit except give your shit up.
yeah,
Don't give your
white
shit up
people
to
are
a
not
bunch of people that
actually
fucking
white.
hate you.
This is
Are you
white,
stupid?
okay?
Are you out of your
It's
fucking
light
mind?
brown.
Mud, have you ever seen the
Basically, what you call white people are
You wanna
light
fuck a
brown.
bunch of niggers? You wanna have a bunch of fucking
It's gonna be so structured that it's gonna be unreal. Like,
So this is a round table with me and other Mensa members that I get invited to sometimes, and we contracted to sit here and brainstorm on how to solve
Mike's
real problems such
kill
as world
anyone on this
hunger.
panel because he's just a boring
Sense of
monster.
it.
He's like fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme on cocaine. Hey, Lydia.
Hi, I wanted to talk to Mud.
It's
I
18
know
moment,
somewhere you could have a
everybody.
great battle with someone. He's a Jewish guy, and really liberal, and I fucking hate him sometimes. And he runs a panel, Mud. You should definitely go there and have this conversation with you because I think you would blow his mind.
Are you advertising a guy that's calling people niggers?
Normally I wear
No,
headphones on
no,
my
I'm advertising for him to go over
but
there
I
and
just
have
use
a very
on my phone. So
a very smart stage
if
because
I
he
don't,
wouldn't allow
I
him to say
just connect the speakers, use laptop speakers.
yeah,
I
I mean,
say I'm talking to
the
people.
panel
So
owner is Jewish. He's
people only
smart,
get one side of conversations.
and he's having this actually he's having this
To be
argument.
honest, but give me some peace because, like, fuck's sake.
I'm not saying you have to go there today. He's live a lot, but
Who are you talking about?
I put it in the back chat because I want to advertise.
Why did LL?
I swear to God, listen, Looky Lim, you better not be talking shit about me and have boom ban me.
No. You would have perfect white babies, Mike. But listen, you go to MCF after
Oh my God,
dark.
Lydia's back. Yes.
Go to MCF after dark one day and have a conversation with him.
I have this incense from them.
Have you heard of MCF the Jew?
I'm sure Mud has talked to MCF because MCF used to go on West Wendy's all the time back in the day.
There was a lot less fireworks supposed to go off yesterday around midnight. There was last year. Last year I was out on the balcony doing a YouTube live stream, and there was a lot of fireworks going off, like in this little park outside of my balcony. This year, I don't think there was any fireworks going on in this park. And what I think it could be that it was so cold yesterday, snow, so much snow and so cold that people stuck inside, stayed inside. Så klubbar blir igång bara. Those are real noises. Sometimes it happens you wake up, at least for me. This happened, I wake up in the middle of the night because there's a snow, what's it called? Snow clearing vehicle. And it goes against the asphalt. It has this, like a bulldozer blade. Like it drags against the asphalt and it sounds really loud. This needs to be empty. Huh?
No, I hate Mike. I'm gonna boot him.
I thought we were having a Jewish debate, and all of a sudden it's turned into.
Matt, click the link.
I gotta drink warm beer, nigger. I gotta drink warm beer.
Here's the fucking link. Oh, mood poisoning. How's it going? Jesus, thank fuck's sake.
I don't
Back
care.
chat, back chat,
Somebody
back
was so
chat, back
fucking
chat, back chat,
burned.
Jesus bless us all.
back chat, back chat.
Lydia, I have to know a few things about you. Do you drink?
I don't really know.
I
Sometimes.
can tell you're sober. Well, why are you up so late if you're sober? Are you on methamphetamine?
For 2 days I didn't sleep. I think I might have bipolar, but I think I just had a lot of stress going on.
You think you might have bipolar? You think you
I
might?
I don't know because I spent $1,000 at the casino and I was up for 2 days.
You're a
So, yeah.
gambler. No, I can't be with you. Sorry. God, you're just like my mom.
The
You just-
head of that beer, dude. We have to talk about this. It's so
I
fucking
know.
wild. Like,
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry.
What's that? Are you drinking beer?
I know we have our banter, like, but we gotta work on this. Like,
Nacho, I'm sorry.
I smoke weed when I can.
But you know what I'm going to tell you? That it's better to have a poor and have a big head than give up your country to a bunch of fucking niggers.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't do that.
oh
I'm
yeah.
telling you. Misdirection.
I'm not sure how that would apply to me, like, because I'm an Irishman in North America, but I mean, yeah, I guess I take your point.
God, I remember when the Irish were tough. I remember when I used to think you guys as tough. As a kid, I always thought of the Irish as tough and the Russians, and now I look at you guys are all just fucking pussies.
Well, you haven't met me, that's why you haven't worked a day in your life. Let me see your hands.
I was a carpenter, bitch. I was a carpenter. I was a carpenter. Look at.
Fair enough.
See, look at him. I was a carpenter.
You work with many Irish carpenters?
No, I worked with Mexicans.
Well,
I guarantee
well,
you.
people like you would get
What a
it.
Mexican carpenter up against Irish carpenter any day. Dude, a Mexican will dominate the Irish.
And a real organization and
Stop
real
making
engineer,
the word carpenter
his
all
attitude,
fancy.
you
You were a
would
fucking
smash
primer.
right
Stop
side
making
of
it all
the universe.
fancy. You're a fucking primer.
Misdirection. By the way, I want to tell this misdirection person. That's a good point. I generally wouldn't say that, but I've been at a bar in my younger.
I woke up around like 2 hours ago, 1.5, 2 hours ago. Had my morning coffee, my grand post-workout and supplements, which I washed down with vitamin C water. That's part of my daily routines. Wake up, start doing my morning, say my morning prayers. I pray to God in the morning, typically the first hour after waking up. Get coffee and my grand post-workout and supplements. There's 2 big doses of supplements that I take every day. This is my routine. Wake up in the morning, say my prayers, drink coffee, vitamin C water. Then I take my grand post-workout dose of supplements. And then there's a second large dose of supplements after I have my own med meal. So there's 2 large doses of supplements that I take in a day. And then 1 or more small doses in between. So the morning dose I take around 3 grams of niacinamide, 3,000 milligrams vitamin B3, at least 1 B complex tablet. Ashwagandha, 1,500 milligrams ashwagandha. Today I took 1 magnolia tablet. L-theanine, I took that today. And some other stuff. So. And I don't eat, so I eat once a day. Wake up, don't eat breakfast, don't eat lunch, don't eat afternoon. I eat once a day at the end of the day. 2 more things on the day. And this is my routine, which I've been consistent with. I've been doing OMAD fasting for approximately 5-6 years now. 90 to 99 over 100 days. So around 350 out of 365 days a year. I've been doing OMAD fasting for 5 years. I eat an extremely low sugar diet, most days 0 grams of sugar, and now and then a few grams of sugar a day, as opposed to the average American that consumes 88 plus grams of sugar a day. And is addicted to it. Sugar is addictive and it's a drug. Most people don't know that. They would know if they would stop putting sugar in the body. And within 3 days, they start feeling bad. The first 3 days quitting sugar are the worst ones. You feel crappy for up to 3 days, more or less. There's things you can do to lessen the withdrawal, take the edge off it. Supplements. I have closed the washing machine, so I'm going to enter that later on, put on a new one.
She has never showed me anything sexual or anything or done anything.
I'm pretty asexual person.
Mike's going to be quiet. Mike's on better behave yourself now. Mike, where the fuck did your bag go? Did you get rid of the bag?
Huh?
Did you get rid of the bag? Like, you used to have the bag in the...
Competition is so low. I feel like I can win against anything here.
Like, did you get rid of the punching bag and the guy? Like, you used to have that set up?
I used to have a punching bob, yeah, it
What's wrong
broke.
with that misdirection? Who have I
It
ever
broke
fucked over?
after repeated intense use.
I do trust Lydia. She's been nothing but
Due
nice to
to
me.
repeated
I would never hurt you, I
intense
promise.
usage of the item,
99% of the time,
it
I do like
decreased in
her.
function
Yes, 99%
until
of
it
the time.
decreased in
Yeah.
function to the
Okay.
point of
Love it.
catastrophic
You
failure.
can't say that about me.
I got a bit of
I can't
advice
say
for you,
that.
Mike, if you want to take it.
As long as you defend me when crazy
Destructive
bitches are going
failure.
at me, that's all I ask.
See your pull-up bar?
Somebody tried to hurt me.
Every time you walk by your pull-up bar,
Destructive
call it
failure
pull-up packs.
compromise.
This guy right here, I
Report
trust
catastrophic
a little
failure.
bit. I'm hesitant about because he has that long
Yeah,
hair.
but I don't fuck over people. Like, I mean, I
What I
fuck
use
people
now
privately
for
and I don't
martial
fuck
arts
them
training
over.
is a tennis
You
ball,
don't fuck over
and also the
people.
base of the punching ball with tires on it.
I'm gonna win her bed tonight.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you have.
Okay, name one.
Lydia.
that one time.
I don't talk about it. I'll tell you in private, but
Okay.
yes, you have.
No, I haven't. That's a lie.
It happened about 4 years ago, but you did do it.
Yeah, it was probably really. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But that's also like my biggest pet peeve on YouTube when it comes to
I
people
don't
who do
care.
that.
You still did it.
What did she do?
I should have done. I should
What did she
have.
do to you, food?
I'm
You're,
not gonna talk
you're
about it.
making me want to say what it is because I should have done it then.
You're on her chart list? Well, that's not that bad.
Who's on my tar list?
Food?
No.
See, you guys made all that up. I don't know which. Never mind. I'll stop.
I have a really big pet peeve when it comes to people
This guy's a fucking
and
faggot.
their morality and doing something bad. And so I call it out a lot.
So I go this
It's something I
animal
almost fucked
stream
over,
sometimes.
even though I should have called it
I
out.
like a lot, actually. Sorry.
Like
You
you,
called it out. You called it out. You called out the
Oh,
right
you did
person.
it. I hope I called it out.
you shouldn't do that if
I
you're a
really, really hate that though. Like, have you seen how I go at Marissa?
be bullied, there's maybe people
I
that say,
understand.
if
I
you
just
don't
said I
have these type of streets, you have people that satisfy you, people that satisfy you. It's not fair.
Have I ever said anything mean to you about it? Never.
Right now you're saying something. Maybe that's why you let people fuck with me all the time in your
Don't
chat.
let people fuck with Lydia.
I don't let people fuck with you.
Coon, you'll do anything for her.
You
There
know
was
what
another
I
guy
do.
who used to work and was really very the same general type of live streams. It's being drunk and or drugs, whatever, but kind of Jerry Springer, you could call him Jerry Springer type live streams. It's like a feminist just coming up and there's people being drunk and fighting and trash talking each other. So it's kind of Jerry Springer. It's like somebody comes up and somebody's giving the word, okay, like this. This Jerry Springer. It's like you let the black people take over your country. I said it's like Jerry Springer pretty much. It was another one of these people he used to be live streaming and had guests on. I used to join him, call him he's allegedly he's in prison now, working in prison. Which doesn't surprise me, given his lifestyle, which is there was a train wreck to prison in slow motion, like a car crash in slow motion, and heavy information burned, and eventually it been burned.
And I'm not gonna fuck the other girl. I'm just gonna flirt with the other girl. She can flirt with
As long
the
as
other
you
girl.
don't harass me because I talk to males on the internet, we're all good.
Yeah. As long as you don't fuck them, it's fine.
Never.
Rather than answering the comment, I check YouTube studio, so I can call me.
And that means you can't.
And
Don't. It's not.
people,
You can't. Also, you cannot fuck them. Or
that
something.
after must
I
end,
can't.
meaning people are disrespectful, rude, but clearly they get
Yes,
but people leave
perfect. I
comments.
agree.
I love the way you clarified that. So you come from
Don't too much. Sometimes I answer it.
You
Especially if somebody's asking, like looking into it.
This next thing you'll know, yes, they got
There's somebody
bullets.
I've seen
Yeah, it's a
videos
jelly
about the
done.
Bible or something like this. And they show some interest. They ask about vitamins. Hello, Sylvia.
This guy right here. This guy.
Hello, Sylvia.
This guy. What the fuck is this?
This
nigger?
message retracted.
That's
You
not
changed your mind.
English.
Did you put in your PIN code for your bank account there? Then
He
change
got
your mind.
all crazy. Sounds
You
like he's
just put
fucking
it back, and I
Chinese.
promise I won't spend it.
I think
Or
it's
vice
I'm gonna
versa.
tell you in a second slavery.
I didn't feel this is Japanese view.
What, Lydia, go ahead.
Female
As the first
Japanese view.
I'm just too innocent to
Ohayo
figure out,
gozaimasu.
like,
Sweden's in time.
and I should
Ohayo
probably
gozaimasu.
not come around so much.
You should get
Wow.
around here.
Nihon time.
I am definitely innocent compared to
Konbanwa,
stuff.
I think. They're plus 8 hours. So in Japan, it's
Compared to the stuff that goes on that I hear about, that happens with you guys.
19.
Red sauce.
9 o'clock.
Watch over that nigga.
Happy New Year, sir.
No, I said there's stuff
Yesterday I
that
had
goes
a
on
New Year's
between
stream. I
you
was
guys.
live around
Back
midnight.
rooms. I'm just too innocent
Yeah,
for
no.
it, to be honest.
There wasn't that much
Lydia, be
fireworks
honest.
in the
I'm
world.
pretty innocent. I'm more innocent than
I
I
think because
portray
it's
on
so
the
cold.
internet even.
Well, that's good,
So
actually.
people might have bought
Like I'm
fireworks
flirting
for
with you, or
around
would
midnight
flirt
when I
with
shoot them
someone.
in this
Don't
park
look
and
like-
it's so
don't
cold
look at her
and it's no way
like that again.
It's just stay indoors.
Exactly. I should have a burqa on. I should put a burqa on. That's what I should do.
Japan time, yes, it's 20, according to my calculations, it should be 2056.
Special underwear.
Well,
Yes.
this guy right here.
Happy New Year, Serena. Serena is a Japanese, a female Japanese YouTuber. She's been, I've called up with her before. I've been a guest on her live stream. At least 2 times, and she's been a guest on my live streams. More than 3 times. Yesterday was more snow here, and my balcony was covered in snow. It's warmer now than it was yesterday night. Spotted are frozen. Hand injury, what happened? Training. I was doing massage and throwing punches on tires yesterday. And this hand I already had some minor cuts. I had some cuts. This one I didn't have any cuts, and I was throwing punches on tires. And I opened up these cuts, exacerbated the pre-existing wound. Through the pre-existing wounds. And on the left hand I sustained new ones. There's been delays on my Amazon deliveries. I ordered a bottle of Clodagh Silver. So yesterday I did, after I got some minor cuts on my hands from training. If I had Clodagh Silver, I would have used that for wound care. Standard wound care, what I do, if I have a minor cut on my fingers, I just wash my hands with natural apple soap. Get either isopropyl alcohol on it, or just Clodagh Silver. I get one of these. So here's how I take care of wounds typically, if I have what I like to have. Let's say I got this cut yesterday. It's bleeding. I go wash my hands with natural apple soap, dry it off. Get one of these. These are alcohol pads, wet wipes, with 70% isopropyl alcohol. Get one of those, drench it in Clodagh Silver, put it over the wound, and then get medical tape over it. That's good. Works. Since I didn't have the Clodagh Silver, I just poured some hydrogen peroxide on it. First isopropyl alcohol, squeezed a few drops of isopropyl alcohol on it, then poured 3% hydrogen peroxide on it, and then put some of these pads on. So that's something I can recommend that you have at home for wound care. It's good to have medical tape, varying widths. This is what, 1.25 centimeters, I think. So what I recommend people to have at home, good things to have at home for wound care. 3 widths of medical tape. This is leucoplast, so 1.25 centimeters. Another one that's around 5, another one that's 7.5 centimeters, or one that's narrow and one that's wide, and you can take care of a lot of stuff with them. Here's one of these people that I see a lot when I'm walking on the back of the street. But after I go out here, they end up leaving the home walking here all the time. Yeah, so good things to have at home: medical tape, different sizes, 3% hydrogen peroxide, and ultrasonic. These are recommended items to have at home. An ultrasonic nebulizer machine, 3% hydrogen peroxide, colloidal silver, 25 or 50 ppm, medical tape, and these wet wipes. Don't worry about this last person. Someone came in writing with stab or a question mark. If you come in, people come in writing, looking stuff, and they get blocked. You're gonna get blocked. anonymous salt pepper can't come in saying, where's that? A lot of question marks. So they're pushing my buttons.
Happy New
This is,
Year.
I'm cyberstalking, so these people are paid to harass my life in real life.
We talking
And it's like salt pepper accounts, and they utilize knowledge of previously expressed pet peeves to push my buttons on the slide in front of viewers. And then if I get annoyed and irked and lose my temper, it's intent to make me look like an angry, bad person.
this guy?
Because they can't tell these are people that are pushing my buttons. Sometimes it's kind of clear.
Yeah, that's
But,
actually hard to choose between.
it's like cold.
He's got his loud. He's got his loud boot.
I had another one of these colors and had one of salt pepper accounts.
I wish.
Gaslighting. A lot of times the comments are gaslighting, like the hater comments. It's narcissistic abuse. So these people that come harass me, I find markers. So they have a job to come in and do narcissist abuse tactics. A lot of times they're new versions. So for example, qualities that I have, the fly markers will come in here and say the opposite of truth. So say if I make a video from hard and fast punches to an impressive degree, but the next day they will send in these people that your punches are slow and weak, which is like the opposite of truth. So if I make a video from hard and fast punches, to be somebody can mention Mike, your punches are slow and weak. So a lot of the attacks are versions of the truth. And it's narcissistic devaluation, where it's like, I'm ripped with a six-pack, and then somebody coming, Mike, you're not ripped, you don't have a six-pack. So it's the opposite of the truth a lot of times. Somebody wrote, and a little cowboy behind a little salt pepper account. Shut the F up, mate. You haven't a clue about wounds or fighting, which is the opposite of truth. I have knowledge about wounds and fighting. You think you're ripped when you're not. I'm ripped, okay? Ripped with a six-pack, less than 12% body fat. You need to cut your nails and wash your dirty hands and brush your teeth, and that's nasty. You wouldn't be talking like this in the room, what I say. And you know it too, you little coward.
I swear to God, I don't understand why you like this guy better than Corey, but whatever, it's fine. I can't stand Corey.
Yeah, so it's gonna get one. Stop talking English, don't understand it. No people can understand it. You're gaslighting. You're gaslighting, right? So, I'm a target of the videos, I'm the target of cyberstalk, which means people are paid to harass me online and people like this. With salt pepper accounts, like black channels. You think you're ripping or not. Notice the gaslighting. Now, I have the power to prove you wrong, which I will do. So notice how it's like, it's narcissistic. It's like, Mike is handsome. The narcissistic fly monkey handlers don't like that. It's like a quality, high status. So you need to pay people to come in. Mike, you're not handsome. Mike stands up because he has elite physique. He's ripped with a six-pack. That's a quality, okay? He's in better shape than most people. So like, let's pay 5 Mike to go, Mike, you're not ripped with a six-pack. So, notice how I prove you wrong. This is what a ripped physique looks like. This is a ripped physique. Notice how the haters, the people out here harassing me, they attack with lies. So they come in and attack me with lies, the opposite of truth. Mike is ripped, that's a good thing to do. Let's have people come rewriting, Mike, you're not ripped. Now prove you wrong.
it's like you can't be proud of that. The only
No,
thing
so I said a lot. So I have said something similar. I'm like,
just be proud of your intellect if
why
you
be
have
fucking,
that.
why be ashamed about something you can't change that God gave you? And I get
No,
that.
don't be ashamed. That's the same thing as why be ashamed to be white. God gave you that as well.
Shut up with that shit.
This guy's ready to get viral.
God gave me.
I don't tolerate things like this, and you wouldn't be talking like this in the room because you're a coward. So I understand there's a lot of people get jealous because I have a superior physique. I'm a ripped alpha giga high testosterone physique, ripped, athletic, strong, energetic. And I have a lot of qualities and traits that are desirable, appealing, and that makes narcissists get envious. And what narcissists do is devaluation and like inversions of the truth. It's like the narcissist, like, this person is intelligent, I'm an intellectual narcissist, I don't like this person smarter than me. So it's like, I need to send fine markers, go like, dude, you're dumb. See? Which is the opposite of the truth. Press got blocked. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring too. I guess every superhero needs to see music. What I'm doing, making videos. What they're doing, hating on us, but they never cross. Mike's has a little YouTube channel, bitch, I'm the boss. And I'm still standing like my daddy. Christ walked on border. Christ walked on border. So yeah, the anonymous hate gang stalking troll got blocked. Siri didn't get blocked. Mike, it's so cold you catch a cold. I don't think so. Now if I would stay out there without a shirt on the back on it for maybe 3 hours, I don't know how long it would take. This is gonna be a point of if my body temperature drops to a certain level and stays there, I might catch a cold. Now, the supplements that I take make me a lot more resilient and less vulnerable to catching a cold. I strengthen my immune system with vitamin C, vitamin D, and other supplements. So, people that I've worked with, taking my advice, health fitness advice, my sister, for example, she reports that she stopped getting sick. So, the same lifestyle I lead, like my protocols when I make videos, is like, here's how I live my life. And with non-perfect patient compliance, meaning people that accept my coaches, like they know me in real life and they want to improve, and I tell them do X, Y, and Z, and then even people that fall like 2/3 of the advice, which is non-perfect patient compliance, meaning if I talk to someone, I quit the sugar, okay, take this much of this vitamin this many times a day, and it's like they're not willing to get on that level, okay, like the full, like everything I would recommend that they do to have as much health and fitness improvement as possible. Even people that followed 2/3 of like the protocol, adhere to it, the 2/3 report like dramatic improvement. So yeah, I don't catch colds easily. And people that I work with, my sister, for example, that I started coaching, give her health fitness advice, and she started taking it. She reported after she started taking my advice, she stopped getting sick. So she used to come down with colds quite frequently. Before she got on my protocol, before she started taking my health fitness advice, she will get sick quite frequently. And correlating, but when she got sick, got a cold, she would have mouth sores, okay, cold sores, which some people get, if they get a cold, they get mouth sores. And after she started taking my advice, she says that she stopped getting colds and she's been cured of mouth sores. She doesn't get mouth sores anymore. my wife would wonder if she was good or elders too. She says 99%, meaning before her elders was so bad it was hard for her to make a living. Like she's working, she makes crochet, knits, and that sells it. And her elders were getting incrementally worse and worse. And she got to the point where elders was so bad she could barely like do her job or work or crochet because she would be reacting allergically. And after I got her to started helping her with what I call God's medicine, because God has illuminated my mind. He's taught me health, fitness, wisdom, and I applied it myself and been strengthened and healed by it. And other people, anybody that's taken my advice and reported that they've seen health improvement. So including like serious help also. We had the ability in allergies to the point where it was hard for her to work. I started coaching her, give her advice, was a physician to, and got her to approach reports being 99% cured of her allergies. And before that, she go to the big pharma about help. So that's a part of medicine, health, fitness, knowledge, if it's applied. The reason that there's few people taken by advice is because the Bible says, health. Men of understanding tend to wise counsels, but fools despise wisdom, knowledge, and instruction. And most people are fools, according to the Bible. So what does the Bible say about fools? They despise wisdom, knowledge, and instruction. So I've been out here for years sharing wisdom, knowledge, and instruction, health, fitness, wisdom, knowledge, and instruction. So health, fitness, wisdom is knowing what will heal people and strengthen them, and what is making them be sick in need of healing. Like understanding disease, understanding health. That's wisdom, okay? And knowledge, this wisdom and knowledge is like understanding why people are not as healthy as they could be and how they could have their health improved. And then it leads to instruction. See, I counsel thee, have no more a high sugar diet, but have a lot of vitamin C. Detox your life, less sugar, more vitamins. And most people hear this, and because they're foolish, they despise the health, fitness, wisdom, knowledge, and instruction. So yeah, notice the pattern where I've talked about this before, that the people come in here that are flying monkeys, paid gang stalkers, cyber stalkers. They're attacking me with lies, the opposite of the truth. It's like, here's some qualities that Mike has. He's in better shape. He's ripped with a six pack. That's a rare value. See, it's a positive. Okay. He has competence in health, including wound care. Okay. He is better at fighting the average person. He's got videos where he can throw punches harder and faster than the average man. So these are all like qualities that makes him extraordinary. He's like competence in health, fitness, mental, physical health, fitness, external health, like topical wound care, and things like this. It's like flying monkeys come in here and say the opposite of the truth. Mike, you're not ripped with a six pack. You can't fight. You don't know anything about fighting or wound care. So it's like that Mike knows more about fighting and wound care than the average person. He's in better shape than he's ripped with a six pack. So a flying monkey of a narcissist will come in here with devaluation, like inversion, be like, you don't know about fighting or wound care. You're not ripped with a six pack. See, this is narcissistic abuse. Because if you're targeted as I am, what you're targeted is narcissistic psychopathic abuse. But there's people that are paid to be flying monkeys, targeted with gaslighting, devaluation, smear campaigns, and things like this. So the target I receive from this government gang stalking process is called, it's institutionalized, government level narcissistic abuse. So now it's like narcissistic abuse on steroids, whereas the most common form of narcissistic abuse that in this world would be like one girlfriend who's got a boyfriend who's a narcissist, does narcissistic abuse on her. And it might do smear campaigns and gaslighting, but everything is like at a low level. Now it's upscale if you're a target of the government gang stalking program. The government has rather be narcissist relies on like being persuasive and manipulative to be able to recruit people with flying monkeys and target you. It's like there's this smear campaign, which is like one person lying. Now everything is upscaled if you're targeted with narcissistic psychopathic abuse on the government level, as I am, because the government can pay people hourly to be flying monkeys, or hundreds of people to target online in real life. The smear campaign is government level because obviously if the government wants to run a smear campaign, they're going to be more effective with the resources and technology and everything that they have. The gaslight is going to, everything's going to be upscale. speak of chloro silver. So, recommended things to have at home. As I said before, so say now again. Things I recommend people to have at home. An ultrasonic nebulizer. Ultrasonic nebulizer. You can find that on Amazon, wherever you do online shopping, by searching ultrasonic nebulizer. And they have these handheld little ultrasonic nebulizing machines. Ultrasonic nebulizer, a bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide, a bottle of chloro silver, medical tape is what I call this. Okay, medical tape of varying thicknesses. Okay, well, widths. So on apotera.se, where I bought a lot of these wound care supplies, they have leucoplast. This is what? Either 5 or 7.5 centimeter wide leucoplast medical tape. This is, I think, 1.25 centimeters. So at least one that's thin, and then one that's wide. Okay, one that's narrow, one that's wide. So around 1 centimeter, and then another one that's about 5 or 7.5 centimeters. Alcohol pads such as these. You can buy this on Temu, Amazon, all over the place. And if you buy those things, you have what you need for good wound care. Small stuff, larger stuff. I used white medical tape to save the day when I stepped on glass and I had an arterial bleed in my foot. And it was bleeding profusely. And because I had white medical tape, I was able to control the bleeding until I could get to the ER. So something that simple can make a big difference. And same, like if you would get capital stabbed here, have a wound here, you could get the white medical tape and bind around here, just like I did on the foot. What the Swedish New Year's eat? So she's inquiring as to the traditional food. Okay, there's really no special food for New Year's. Typically what people do is drink alcohol, sometimes champagne. Okay, is that people get drunk typically. That's like the traditional way people get drunk on New Year's, and then set off fireworks. So for Christmas, there's some traditional food. A lot of people have meatballs. That's kind of like classical, traditional Swedish food. And it's not just for Christmas, but sill, abba sill. There's a cured fish, okay, that comes in the small glass bottles, and they have like in mustard sauce. It's like small fish, is sill, okay, and they're cured. So some of them come in like dill, or some of them come in different flavors. I'll show it to you. This is part of a lot of Swedish families' Christmas table. Abba sill. Here. Abba Father, we have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but the spirit of liberty, whereby we cry, Abba Father. Lord, if you know the Bible, well, there's certain things that you constantly have the Bible verses play in your mind. If you learn the scriptures, you see words, it will trigger remembrance of God's word. We have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but the spirit of liberty, whereby we cry, Abba Father. I think that's the verse. Here. Here. This is traditional Swedish food. Now it's not like the Jewish feast where everything is like this is how you celebrate it. Okay, have to have this, that, and the other thing. But there are some like okay, we talk statistics. It's like for Christmas, a lot of Swedish families for Christmas celebrations will have this as part of Christmas table. Okay, the Christmas dinner, kind of similar to Thanksgiving in America, where like typically people have a turkey on the table. Okay, and a lot of times it'll be stuffed. Okay, with something and like turkey and gravy. Now some people might have celebrate Thanksgiving. They have some other meat. Okay, a chicken instead of turkey or something like this. But this is one of the common food items that people have as part of Christmas dinner. Abba skärgårdssill. Or other flavors. Discover or, okay, here, Matti sill i glass. There seems to be a problem generating the images here. It might be my ad blocker that's blocking the pictures from popping up. It'll be hypersensitive. Here, so here are some of the different types of sill. And I actually don't know what the name of sill in English. Sill och ramslök, citron, lemon. They even have Asian fusion. Curly, ingefära and lime. So basically it's cured fish in some kind of sauce. Okay. I actually recorded some videos at Christmas dinner. I thought maybe I'll upload them to YouTube as short or something like this. We'll see if possible I do that. In Japan, we eat a unique Japanese culture called oseki ryori, rice cake, and kama boko with minced fish. Mike, do you know what mochi is? It's mashed rice that's really stretchy. No, I don't know what that is. I'm unfamiliar with it. Now, my favorite Japanese food item is sushi. That's one of my favorite foods, actually, if I'm eating at a restaurant, which is where I like sushi. They have in this Indian Asian fusion restaurant called Long Restaurant Long. And they have a sushi buffet there. A week buffet and a weekend buffet. So for regular days, it's between what, 11 and 2, I think, or 11 and 3, 11 and 2. 11, from 11 to 2, I think. The lunch buffet is every normal days. And it's around $12, all you can eat buffet. And part of the buffet is sushi. And that'll be when I eat it, that's the favorite part of the buffet. And then they have a weekend buffet where I've eaten there a few times too. I've even been live a few times eating there. And the weekend buffet is $22, I think. Last time I ate there. And the weekend buffet, it has desserts and some things that you don't have in the regular buffet. Yes, I like sushi. Sushi's one of my favorite dishes, period. Meaning, out of all the foods, if I eat at a restaurant, one of the favorite things for me to order and eat is sushi. Nigiri maki, they have different names. Nigiri maki. What else? Mako, no. Sushi, nigiri maki. California one. I like the salmon sushi pot. Also the what's it called? sushi on när man har sushi nigiri maken. Here's the ultrasonic nebulizer. I ordered a new one recently, but this is an ultrasonic nebulizer. This is the leukoplast, 5 centimeter by 5 meters. It's good to have some wound care stuff in here. See if this works. I ordered a new one. This is missing its lid. This is hydrogen peroxide. Actually, I'm gonna put it in the fridge. I opened it 3 days ago. It will last long in the fridge. Yeah, so this is why I ordered a new one. It's supposed to be putting out steam, cold steam the whole time. Now it seems like it's being cleaned and it's improving in function all the time. There you go. Starting out to click it, it's just half a second it's off again. I got it to about 2 seconds. And that's close to 3 seconds. So this you can use it both topically on wounds. You can order with different things for wound care. You can use hydrogen peroxide. Use it to clean, disinfect surfaces. You can put quarter silver in there if you want to coat something for quarter silver. And it can be filled with things. And use as an inhaler. I've nebulized hydrogen peroxide before from the nebulizer. Colloidal silver. Sodium ascorbate, and other things to good effect. So, I don't know if you order things from in Japan, if you have Temu and Wish, Chinese websites, but I order things from Temu and Wish in Sweden, a lot of my electronic gadgets. A lot of the like gadgets, trinkets, and stuff that I buy on a monthly basis, sunglasses, hats, clothing items, come from Temu. Before that, it used to be Wish. I don't know if you do you order things from Temu or Wish. It's a shopping app where you can order things from China, and it's cheaper than ordering from Sweden. It's cheaper than ordering from Amazon, typically, other places. I bought nebulizers on Amazon before. The one that I ordered most recently was from Amazon, because I went to look at Temu and they didn't have any nebulizers there. So I ordered on Amazon instead. Around $30, $40. That's those are good things to have at home. And remember, you might come to a point where you see this video and like 3, I should have listened to his advice. Because it's like people are helped by taking my advice and people don't. It's like, at best they stay ignorant and like not realizing that they could have saved themselves from damage by taking my advice. or they might end up like finding some video, or like in the future, okay, I should have taken his advice, ordered those stuff, all of those things they recommended. So I recommend everybody to have a bottle of hydrogen peroxide at home and an ultrasonic nebulizer, chloro silver, medical tape, alcohol pads, and vitamin C. Buy vitamin C powder in bulk. What's your favorite food? If you're still watching, sorry, what is your favorite food? I told you one of my favorite foods is sushi, Japanese food. Do I have a favorite food or top 3? Sometimes it's hard to answer, like, what is your favorite movie? Somebody says, what's your favorite movie? Their favorite movie. It's like, well, it's hard to pick just one. That's the favorite one. It would be like, here are some of my favorite movies. What's the temperature? What's the temperature outside? I don't know. I would guess it's around 0 degrees, close to 0 degrees Celsius. Well, maybe you've seen the smoke. It looks really cold because your breath is white. I think a lot of what you're seeing is the smoke, as I'm exhaling the tobacco smoke. Relax and take notes as I take totes of the tobacco smoke. Don't choke, don't choke. Mike Mayer, the rap slayer. I remember when I used to have sardines for dinner. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. I remember when I used to have sardines for dinner. Interviewed by the pool, considered a fool because I dropped out of high school. Hang pictures on my wall. I hit the limelight because I rhymed tight. Blow up like the word crane. Coca-Cola looking real cute. Arse, cars, cigars, Coca-Cola looking real cute. Reminiscing on my swinger ways, swinger days. Sports finger waves. She had conditional. I had conditions. Arse, cars, cigars, Coca-Cola looking real cute. I forgot this out here on the little windowsill, that little border. So, most likely it will fail to ignite. Yes. Malfunction. Failure to ignite. And a way to fix this is to dry it out. I will show you some of my Christmas gifts. So, for Christmas, I spent Christmas with family. I was invited to a Christmas dinner and I received some gifts. Here's one of the gifts. I got this from one of my brothers. It's a thermos that looks like a high caliber bullet, possibly 40 millimeter Bofors, or well, it's at least 5 centimeters. I got a massage gun and a cooking set. Here's the massage gun. It has different attachments. Got this is good. The vibrations can help to loosen up your muscles. If you have an injury or you've been training, there's something called muscle guarding, where if you put strain on your back and things like this, and then your muscles can tense up around your vertebrae to kind of protect an area that's injured or under strain. So if you work out hard, you can have muscles tensing up, so it can help with loosening up your muscles. And I do chiropractic adjustment, do yourself chiropractic adjustments. A lot of stretching and chiro, like stretching and chiro are one and the same thing. It's the same thing. You do stretching well enough, you will get chiro adjustments. And if you do chiro adjustments, you'll do stretching. So elongating your spinal column will result in chiropractic adjustments. And what is elongating your spinal column? It's stretching. And there's a wider ways to go about that. So spinal decompression, spinal elongation. I noticed after using the massage gun on my spine, there's vibrations there, which helps to improve blood flow and loosen up your muscles, which makes it easier to get chiro adjustments for stretching. So I tested it out. I used it after coming home from the Christmas party, Christmas dinner, and I noticed how my experience was it was easier to get chiro adjustments after using the massage gun. Doing some of the chiro adjustment maneuvers that I normally do. Like leaning over my bed as I do, but I got more adjustments. I felt like it was easier to get chiro adjustments after using the massage gun. Another thing I got a cooking set. Here's my training knives. Not all of them, but here's some of my training knives. This is a dagger. These are for sparring. For solo impact training, it's better to use more rigid plastic or wood or blunted and dull metal. These are better for sparring, because if you do spar with somebody and you stab somebody in the rib cage, this is less likely to cause damage as you're sparring. If you have a hard plastic knife or wood or steel, if you stab someone in the rib cage, you actually break the rib. Now with these, it's better for sparring, and you're less likely to get injured. If you stab, it bends, so it's not as likely to hurt the person as you sparring. The goal of sparring is not to hurt each other, it's to get injured. Mike, what about samurai muscle training? I don't know what the samurais did, really, if there was like a standard samurai training program. But I know that the samurai were training, like typically, the samurai were disciplined, they were men of discipline, okay? Which means they were training frequently, thoroughly, intensely. as part of their daily life training. Now, obviously, a big part of training is going to be bokken sparring, wooden sword sparring, and I guess form practice like karate kata, where you move around with the sword, like sword fighting, shadow boxing. I would think was a big part of samurai's training. Either the actual sword or like a bokken training sword, moving around, practicing guard stances and attacks and things like this. And sparring, where you have bokken wooden swords and doing impact like sparring. Okay. Uh, I wrote the calisthenics on that. It's like the best way to train for sword fighting and build muscles for sword fighting and like get your body better at fighting with swords. The best way can be to fight with swords or simulate fight with swords. See? It's like you can do, for example, it's like if I'm practicing boxing punches, throwing punch like this, if I do push-ups, that can help me to get more explosive power and get more muscles that I use to move my hand like this, because it's the same thing as doing a push-up, pretty much. Eh? Now, another way to think is that you can train the muscles by doing shadow boxing, a lot of repetitions, and hitting, like impacting, hitting a bag, and things like this. So you're generating power with punches, and you keep doing that. Since you're generating power, you're fatiguing, you're exercising the muscles. So I don't know if they had, so if it was common for them to have calisthenics programs, would be like bottom weight squats and push-ups and pull-ups or something like this. But for sure, they must have been doing a lot of knife, sword fighting, shadow boxing, and sparring. Which brings me to my next point. I got a cooking set for Christmas too. This pot here, this pan, non-stick pan, which I'm gonna put in the washing machine later. I got this, some pots, pans, utensils, cutting board, and then this knife. It says Mocha kitchen knife. It's a full tang knife. This is a good knife. Sword fighting stances. This, and this works for this and for a sword. So if you have a katana wakizashi, it will be longer. Here, this is a guard you can use, a stance. Then attack like this. Or from here, if there's people behind me, I can attack straight down here or at an angle, say. From here, obviously here with a thrust from this stance. So a lot of the knife fighting and sword fighting and baton fighting, anything, for one thing or many things. How I like to train, especially when I start something new. Like I haven't been training stick fighting for a while. Get a stick. It is stances, guard stances, and attacking from those stances. It's part of training. So here, for example, is a guard, a stance, a guard. See here? You can attack this way, from here. Obviously like this. You can attack to the side here. You can attack straight back. See, like a 12 to 6 count. You can attack at an angle like this. You can attack like this. So a lot of my martial arts training, big part of it, training with sticks, swords, knives. My body is a weapon, striking, kicking, things like this. It's one thing of many things. You figure out a way to get better at one type of martial arts. that applies to other types of martial arts. So it's like you start out fighting, getting better at fighting. You start with the right way to stand and a guard, attacking from that stance, different ways of attacking techniques, and then drilling that. So same thing, I'm gonna train striking, get better boxing. Okay, assume, find a stance, this is a stance that works. From here, what can I do? I can attack like this, okay? What can I do then? Well, I can do attack like this first, retract, and then attack like this right after. Back to the same guard. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then let's try a different guard. Maybe this here. Okay, what can I do from here? Well, I can attack, jab, the right arm here. And then what else can I do? I can do a sequence. Right, uppercut, or right, and then a hook, for example. Now this same learning, getting better at fighting with things, applies to, somebody said, okay, they've been doing this, getting better at fighting, boxing. That applies to knife fighting, sword fighting, stick fighting, same thing. So it's like somebody wants to get better at boxing. It's okay, you start, get a stance, learn a way to attack, okay, from a stance, drill that, use it, shadow boxing, drill it. Then say, okay, what else can I do? I've learned this way of attacking, I've learned this guard, this stance, and attacking this way from there. Build on it. What's another way to attack? Well, with the right, see? You can go, okay, now you've learned that drill, so you can attack like this from this guard effectively. Then you go, okay, now build sequences, combos, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to the guard. And you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. And notice how the same thing applies if somebody has gotten better at boxing in this way. Now they want to get better at knife fighting. Same thing, a certain guard stance, figuring out, starting from a guard stance, and it's like, learn a way to attack from this guard stance. What would that be? 12 to 6 cut and return to the guard, okay? There's one way attacking. 12 to 6, return, 12 to 6, return, 12 to 6, return. What about another way to attack? Well, diagonally and then back. Diagonally and then back. And then you drill it until, okay, I'm pretty good at attacking in this way, okay? Later on, you say, okay, what's another way? Well, drop into this guard, and then an upward thrust, okay? Back, 1, 1, what about 1, 2, back here, attack like this. Another way to attack is like this. Another way to attack is like this. Okay, now this, don't try this in amateur. There's some techniques that are riskier, like when you're moving the blade, like this is more like attacking away from the board like this, is safer for you as you're launching it. Like there's certain things you shouldn't be doing what you see me do, okay? Don't try this at home when I use actual knives for shadow box and martial arts training. The stunts performed in this video were done either by trained experts or under supervision though. So for one thing or many things, once you learn one skill and learn how to, the skill of learning, the skill of skill learning, see? Once you learn the skill, you learn how to get better at something, that applies to getting better at anything, see? So from here, you could call this a no guard, which is standing like this. See here, see? It's like you can attack from there. See here? Here? And different ways. So that's the way that works to get better at fighting with swords, sticks, punches, elbow strikes, kicks, what have you. And so you want to learn boxing, get better at fighting with boxing punches. You learn, you assume a stance that works. You learn a technique, attacking with your left hand from this guard. So you learn a guard, a stance. You learn attacking one way. You drill that. You figure out other ways to attack. You drill that until you get better, like attacking here, this way, build combos. Eventually, you want to transfer from shadow boxing, mirror, like fighting from a mirror and look at yourself, execute a technique and improving it, to impact training. So boxing, you learn stances, you learn attack in different ways, build combo sequences. you can start static, and then you after you learn how to do it static, you start doing it in motion. Later on, you go to impact training, where it's like you start throwing, you actually impacting with these attacks on a punching bag or something like this. Same thing applies to sword fighting. You learn the stances, different ways of attacking from a guard stance, and with shadow boxing. Later on, you transfer that to impact training. It might be interesting for us a channel with Mike Sass core muscle training, diet edition, or strength building edition. Okay, yeah, maybe, okay. Or maybe a whole channel that Mike Sass has six-pack channel, and it will be just shorts on my six-pack, and moving in different ways. They like to really diversify. It's like one channel that's the Mike Saha's face channel, and it's shorts where it's only my face in the shorts. Okay, and then there's this another channel that's Mike Saha fitness flexing from the shin down. Okay, and then a third one that's like from the waist down. Okay, and it can be one that's like the Mike Saha smoking cigarette channels, and it's just clipping from all my live streams when I'm smoking something, if that's a cigar or cigarettes. And there's one channel, it's like the Mike Saha smoking channel, and it's all about smoking and smoking. Okay, I'm joking. So it's like how I've been doing things is basically just everything. So you most likely know about Miyamoto Musashi was a Japanese sword fighter, and a man was famous once, according to his 160 plus duels with a sword. Okay, so Miyamoto Musashi, a Japanese famous sword fighter, who supposedly, according to historical records, won 60 sword duels to the death. Okay, and he has a book of strategy, the Book of Five Rings, Gorin no Sho. And you would know the correct pronunciation of that. You can rate my pronunciation in the chat if you want to, 4 or 5 or 1 or 8 or whatever. But I don't care. So it's a Gorin no Sho, aka the Book of Five Rings. And it's kind of selling it short, it's a sword fighting man, because it's a book of strategy. So it can help somebody get better at warfare in general. Okay. If that's gunfighting, sword fighting, or boxing, something like this, it's something that can be helpful for anybody that has a learning mind. Like somebody that trains any martial arts, is something that could be helpful for them to read that book. If they have a mind that's kind of able to absorb intellectual concepts and understand things, and okay. So now if you're like a complete Neanderthal caveman, and some of the teachings are subtle, where it's like it requires kind of meditation and thinking about something for a while, and then having like a whole moment, oh, I see what okay. So basically, it depends on who you are, but you can use that to get better things. I know some Japanese businesses, like business culture, they even look at that sword fighting strategy, book of strategy, to improve their business warfare. So, sword fighting. Here's a stance that works for a sword, a stick, or a knife here. And you can have different rigidities, that's understand, where it's like, I don't like it, like it has to be exact like this, like the thumb, like over rigidity. Rigidity is death, okay? So it's like some people might like the way that they train with swords and doors or something like this. It's like, if I have this stance, like sometimes I hold like this, sometimes like this, sometimes like this, and more like the traditional way of people teaching. It's like it is an exact right way to do it. Like the thumb should be in the exact middle of your cranium at this angle. That's the right way to do it. And don't deviate from it because it's bad technique or something like this. Well, I have more like a general thing where it's like have it with the blade up in general. Here it can be here, 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 and then get better attacking from it. Okay, so generally this is a guard that I like the stance. See here, here. And this could work for stick fighting, large or small knife fighting. And basically it's more effective, better suited for larger weapons, longer weapons, okay? Once you get to this size, it's, well, it still works, but it's like, it works better for larger weapons. That's I would say, more conducive to that. Here, see here. Edge to the sky, and you could have the thumb
on your arm if you have a helmet on your head. You can have it this angle if you want to. You can have it this angle. You can have it above, or you can have it resting on your head. But in general, this here. And like I said, the way to take from here. See here, see there, here, or see here, here. Slow it down for you. See here. From here, I can go and cut somebody coming up behind me. 12 to 6, where's here, okay. Somebody's behind me. 12 to 6, or you can be cutting behind yourself like this more, or lower. It's like basically big part of how I have been training is figuring out stances, assuming different stances and guards, and then attacking different ways. You can start statically, and then you start, so you start here, this stance, attack in different ways, and then you start flowing with it, like moving, having it be more or less static. And with Musashi's fighting, he was promoted on using two swords, the wakizashi and the katana, which, notice how, what is a sword? A sword is a large knife. What is a knife? It is a small sword. So these are like small swords, and it's one that's smaller and one that's larger. So now I'll show you this stance and what you can do from here. For example, if I'm fighting multiple opponents, this is like the jab, swift, and it can be used to keep distance, and like as you're driving somebody into a corner here, there's another person behind you, you can attack behind yourself with this, or rapid swift attacks with this, like a boxer's jab, and then the more powerful two. So notice for one thing, or many things, it's like the jab in boxers, just bang, 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 and then setting up the power right, understand? See, like swift, 1, 2, 3, using the jab defensively, more swift, light attacks, which also helps you to connect with the power right, because it gives your brain feedback, your impact with something, and that's a trigger point for launching the second attack. And you're more likely to hit it if you connect with it with your left hand first, and that gives your brain feedback where the object is and helps you more precise with the follow-up attack. This is like the jab, which is like fast, light and fast typically. You typically don't aim to knock people out with the jab. It's more like distancing, throwing something at the person, rapid, fast attacks, and then setting up the power right. Same thing applies to this. Fast attacks, 2, more powerful. Or, if you fight multiple opponents, stab, 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 stab. His henchman is behind me, cut behind me. If you think like a kung fu movie, or some dojo fight, like a Bruce Lee movie, okay? It is like, there's people here in the corner, stabbing them, okay, here. And it's like, there's people come at me from behind, which you can hear or see, okay? And you cut in behind yourself with this, without breaking engagement with these people. I can no look cut behind myself. See? So, this also works for a wakizashi, the katana. See, this stance here. Wakizashi here, which can be used to parry. See, with the wakizashi is more conducive to that. Where it's like, here comes the sword at me. Here, see, here, stab, stab, parry, block, cut at the leg, for example, here. And then this is ready to attack in a more powerful way. It can be stabbed to the head, cut to the legs, for example. Or here, attack in front of myself. I'm driving somebody into a corner. Stab, stab, stab. Somebody comes behind me, cut behind myself. And like I said, don't try any of this at home. Here's another Gordo stance. reverse grip, double reverse grip, or you can have this here and this with reverse grip. Stab, 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 power right. Don't get hurt by the knife. Don't worry. Don't worry about that too much. Focus uplink right down. Here's a fourth generation sequence that I used. Here, leg raised here. This is another guard stance. Leg raised here. From here, I can kick. Push kick or more like snappy. I can kick from here. I can check here. Now also this is part of the fourth generation for launching flying attacks that I use. From here, I can kick like this. Now, if I want to launch something flying, it's this. See? I use this to launch flying attacks sometimes. Here, roll. Notice how my energy be like water. Understand? Here, I'm rolling, and I've discovered this naturally helps to generate lift for my right leg. So here, it's like a pendulum. See here, where I can feel my energy, the momentum wants to carry me upwardly and forward. So that's what I use to launch flying attacks. Here, connect, and there's lift here as I'm rolling. It's like naturally, like feels like this wants to leave the ground, like the back part of my body here. Here, so it wants to lift, and I can feel my energy going kind of like this. Okay, so if I do it here, see, I can generate launching attack. Use this as a start for flying attacks here. See here, and then launch a flying attack. So it's rolling and then launching at the right moment. See here. See. Connect. And then launch myself. Don't try this at home. I call this side cutting here. Cutting from the sheet. This is also part of traditional Japanese sword fighting. Now this is more like a vestigial thing that's not really useful for small knives. but it's something that can still be helpful. So when they had the long sheet science for the katanas, wakisashis, they can't just pull straight like this because it's too large. So you had to purse it, you had to buy space for that. You turn it, rotate your body, see, to be able to here, see, like this. And I do this kind of for fun, for training, cutting from the sheet like this. And this is a knife sheet, see, here. So here, see, 1, 2. Or from here, see, this is Swedish knife, Mora kniv. What is it? This is a new knife. If you carry in the middle like this, now there's a failure to deploy. If you keep it in the center like this, you can reach it from both hands about as easily. See here. Failure to deploy again. This, when the whole sheet comes with it, that's the second step of deployment. Yeah, so Sarita here brought a suggestion. It might be interesting to watch a channel with Mike Sells called Muscle Training Diet Edition or Strength Build Edition. Wow. My whole life, what I'm doing now on my YouTube channel is like, people see a person that's strong and fit and able to do things. And then success leaves clues, okay? Proofs in the pudding. People can look at, oh, sometimes on this channel, Mike is doing intense 40-minute impact training where a lot of guys will gas out after 30 seconds of intense shadow boxing. And Mike can do 40 minutes of bounce around, throwing punches and kicks and knees and everything. Okay. And on the same channel, so it's like, this is strength, ability. And a person can go and see like, same channel, see? Taking my gram pulse weight and also supplements. Breaking my fast after, okay, my OMAD, cooking my OMAD meal. Okay, so this person, I saw strength. They eat 1 time a day. This is what they eat when they do eat. Okay. Watch his other videos. Oh, I don't eat sugar. He doesn't eat sugar. And he says because it makes you weak. He makes also vitamins. So. People that are interested in getting strong will be able to see that. The problem is people are blind to competence, value, and worth. So people that can see the quality in what I'm doing,
if they want to be stronger, first of all, if they can see their like, okay, this guy has strength, and they want to get stronger, it's not hard for them. Okay. And people that have to be like motivated into, you should, okay, it's like, you want strength, there's a strong person here, you can see what they're doing. Yes, I like martial arts. The most important thing is the diet and supplementation. What you put in the body and what you don't. That's the most important thing. I mean, a person that is in the 20s or 30s eats a high sugar diet, and they want to be ripped lean with a six pack and have a hard physique like what I do. Someone sees my shorts, they're mad, and I want to have that body. It's like either they can keep living the way they are and like work out, spend 1 hour a day exercising to have that physique in 12 months, or they can exercise 10 minutes a day if they take all the health fitness advice. A lot of it boils down to the average man having low testosterone levels. And if you have low testosterone, it makes your body soak up fat and want to keep fat on the body. So the reason a lot of men have a hard time burning fat, like to meet the fitness goals, like to lose fat or to put on muscle, get a lean ripped physique, if you want to have a six pack, can get it. A lot of it boils down to having low testosterone levels. If you have low testosterone, it makes you get less fat burning, muscle building from whatever amount of training you're doing, and your recovery time won't be as good. So a lot of it just boils down to low testosterone, and a lot of my health fitness, what it boils down to will be to get you to start raising your testosterone naturally. And if more people were taking my advice, we'd have less men in the 40s and 50s get on TRT after living their whole life in a way that can be described as the anti-testosterone lifestyle. Now, like I said before, so say now again, don't try any of the more. Maybe I should put it on my YouTube community page, like this channel features martial arts stunts not to be emulated by the viewer or something like this. I don't have to keep doing it in every live stream. Maybe you could kind of do a one-time disclaimer on your channel page, okay? Because people have to realize that just what I was doing in the kitchen, they're having two actual sharp horny knives and moving around with them, that's risky, okay? That should not be attempted for the average person. Nothing is safe. So it's like if I was making videos about learning how to drive a car, it would be like, wear a seatbelt if you drive a car and don't exceed the speed limit. Okay, so if people are here and they're interested in doing some what I do, like training knife fighting, part of the advice would be get a training knife, and you use a training knife for what you saw me do. You saw I had rubber training knives. They use training knives for. You can do the same thing with training knives. They don't have to be actually steel sharp pointed knives. You can do the same, like practicing stances and techniques, then shadow box and moving around with training knives, and that's recommended, especially starting out, because starting something like everything is awkward at first. Okay? Everything in general, the first time you do something is when you're the most likely to fail miserably at it. Okay? So, if I go live tonight
on Rumble to YouTube. Would you like to join me as a guest? Sarir, if you're still watching. I don't know if you're still watching or not. Sarir has been a guest on my live streams before. When I go live from Rumble. So, this is the knife. And this is one of the most common weapons to be used. Like if you look at crime statistics, people being stabbed or slashed, this is one of the most common implements. I mean, if you have like somebody got stabbed or cut ends up in the ER, like this is one of the most common weapons used. You can think about it like this: people are having a house party, drinking party. There's a fight that happens. Somebody goes to the kitchen, gets a kitchen knife or the knife stab. Okay, so this is one of the most common weapons that are used. And also people like going to fight someone and getting a kitchen knife from home. So this is a full-tang knife. It's a chef's knife, but obviously it can be used as a weapon. The tip is conducive to thrusting attacks and stabs. It's pretty good at penetrating, achieving penetration. I get you into penetration, the agenda of a generation. Can I get you maybe even 3 of these coming from the space to show you what to plead these? This life is more than ordinary. So here, this can be used as a weapon, okay? It has a wide blade. The tip is conducive to stabbing, okay? So flat hackers, okay, they used to chop chicken bone and stuff like this. Obviously not good for stabbing, achieving penetration with thrusts and stabs, and they're more niche towards hacking attacks, using like a hatchet, okay? This is kind of well balanced, where it can be used both for thrusting attacks effectively and slashing attacks. The blade is wide, which makes it have a wider wound channel, okay? So this, it being thin, can make it better at getting deep into the body, like creating puncture wounds to vital organs and getting in between things, okay? Now, this is, the shape makes it good at penetrating, stabbing, getting into the body with thrusting attacks. It's wide enough to where if you do stab into the body, create a wide wound, okay, which is conducive to more bleeding, okay. So fighting with knives, what are you aiming to do? What's effective? Like what is the thing? Well, in boxing, knockdowns, knockouts, okay, that's good. Hitting the is like good things that we're aiming to do with attacks, not to tickle the opponent, but it's like cause damage, rock the person, knock him down or out, okay. So in knife fighting, what we're aiming to do, create massive bleeding, okay? You want to create a lot of blood loss, rapid blood loss, and puncture wounds to vital organs, okay? This is puncturing the lungs, the liver, heart, opening up arteries and things like this. So this is actually not too bad of a weapon if you need to use this as a weapon. It's got a long blade, you can get deep into the body. The tip makes it decent at penetrating. You can slash with it. Now it's not razor sharp. So here's a guard. I call this the no guard, which I use both in boxing training, things like this, which is letting my arms hang down here, and you can launch swift attacks just from here. See, okay, something like this. Just no guard, I call it. Same here, having the here. Sometimes just let them hang down, sometimes at the hip. Okay, like raise it to the hip and have it at the hip. And then from here, obviously, you can go here, okay, here, you go here, you can go block something, parry something coming in. But I like to work from this a lot of time. Here, see, here. Now, this arm here can be used to parry things. In general, with Muay Thai, for one thing of many things. You can use Muay Thai techniques for knife fighting. One thing of many things. This is Kevlar lined, so it's less dangerous to be. If I would slash myself, it's not a given that it's going to stop the knife from cutting into my flesh. But if it does, it'll be a more superficial wound at the least. So this is actually a Kevlar lined shirt. Okay, now it's not designed for to be knife proof. It's a motorcycle jacket. Unknown Yamaha chromed out 1100s, what I'm doing, making videos, what they're doing, hating on us, but they never cross Mike's house, the YouTube channel, bitch, I'm the boss. Okay. So, got my motorcycle jacket and my motorcycle gloves, okay. chromed out 1100s. A lot of the stunting power comes from ascorbic acid, AA, African code 11. Okay. And it's shiny. That's part of the shine on my physique, where it has like a brilliance and a shine to it that makes the haters not like me from taking a lot of 11 AA ascorbic acid for many years. That's part of what's been impairing all the stunt work and the shining in terms of what my body looks like. So that way is the point. You could call this a visor guard here, where I'm maintaining vision and I'm ready to block something. Now this is more like you're using this if it's a wakisasha or something like this. See here, here, here. Okay. Now, okay, so with Muay Thai, a lot of times you have the guard like this, here, here. So a lot of Muay Thai guards' ways of attacking can be transferred to knife fighting, where it's about 90-95% the same border dynamics. So if you know how to like attack, you can be effective in like closing the distance and attacking with an elbow strike. That can transfer to with a knife being effective at closing the distance and delivering a cut with the knife. Okay, and it's not necessarily that it's the best way, but you can take boxing, Muay Thai kickboxing skill and apply it to knife fighting or sword fighting. Okay, so for example, here from this guard here, close to the distance and move in like that, for example, here, here. Okay, now that applies to this, and the longer the knife, the more conducive the same body dynamics are. Where I can be here, see, and it's like 90% the same body dynamics, same guard, see, to 90%, close to the distance, and instead of coming in impacting with my elbow, I'm coming in impacting with the blade, see. So that you can apply that here. See here, and it's almost this. See, it's almost the same. What about from this boxing guard here, like a swift jab up here, for example, here, here. Well, if I have a knife here, hanging down, see, notice there, you come at me there, you got stabbed right here, see. It's the same, like this works like catching somebody coming in, hitting them with force as they're coming into you. It's like, well, with a knife, from one to know many things. Somebody's coming at me, okay, swift, straight attack to this area, instead of with the knuckles connecting here, is the blade connecting here. Now, it's not like, if it doesn't hit there, it does nothing. Like it connecting here, 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 like anywhere, there's no good place to be stabbed with a knife, understand? There's somewhere, there's like, if you hit here in this way, you can create a wound that this one wound is going to get him out of the fight. And it's just a matter of time, understand? If you get stabbed here, okay, so boxing, here, from this guard, here, either like up or here, okay? Now with this knife here, see, it's like a jab. It's this from one to the many things. What about a power right here? Okay, so it's like jab, 1, 2, 3 punch. Well, one, 2, 3. 2 fast ones, jabbing, followed up by a power right slash. See? 1, 2, quick, power right. See? Mike, what should you do if someone attacks you from behind? Good question. It depends on how. Okay. It depends on how. Now, ultimately, you position yourself in a way where nobody is attacking from behind. Okay. That's the best technique, where you end up not being attacked from behind. That's the best technique. Okay. Now, okay. Now, do you understand? So if I'm in a room here fighting somebody, it's best that I don't end up presenting my back to them. So it's like, oh, I'm being attacked from behind. It's a problem, see? So the best technique is not being attacked from behind, okay? If that's like something you don't want to happen. Now, if somebody comes up and wraps their arms around me, like here, for example, okay, like a bear hug, like around my arms, or around my body here, I can elbow strike, see? So if somebody, like I'm here, and then somebody comes up and gets like a belt lock around here, or around my arms, if I have them here, so like they're wrapping me up, so it's like my arms are constrained. No matter what, if my arms are free, I can attack behind myself with elbow strikes, okay? Or like this, see? So if the arms are around my body here, because they come up from behind and get the arms around me here, okay? From here, I can attack my elbows like this at somebody behind me, okay? And that can hit, if it's hard, it can break the lock, meaning hitting the shoulder, the arms, okay? Or the head. See here, here, see? Okay, now that's different. Okay, another thing you can do is use grappling techniques. Okay, so if they're close enough, they've got their arms wrapped around me, possibly I can wrap my arms around them. Okay. Now this type of stuff really want a partner to demonstrate things like this. Okay, like imagine a guy whose arm is right here right now. There are people like, it's like I'm not seeing it. Okay, so here's the point. So if somebody has the arms around me like my arms here, okay, if I can drop down and get the right leg, for example, I can throw them, okay? If I can get a hold of their leg, drop down, get my arm under the leg here, I can throw myself on the ground with them. So they become like the mat, understand? So there's different ways where you get control of some part of the body where you can throw them, understand? Or you go to the ground while rotating and ending up with okay, so there's different ways. And with less physical power, perfect technique, you can compensate, like form and power. So the stronger, more athletic somebody is, the more effective they can be in fighting without skill and technique, okay? So, and now here's the thing. If somebody's strong and athletic and they have good technique, they're more dangerous. But even somebody's not really attacking in an intuitive way, like instinctual, can be a problem. Like for example, let's say a 12-year-old is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and they're wrestling Arnold Schwarzenegger, the bodybuilder in his prime. Let's say he never wrestled, he doesn't know one grip, no defense, no takedowns, no submission holds, but it is just from the size and difference advantage that he can just like lay down, put his chest on the other person, and just like I'm just relaxing here, and he's so heavy that it's like the person can't move, okay, and they can't get there. So it depends on who's doing it and things like this. But what can you do if somebody attacks you from behind? So attack from behind would like come up and get a bear hug. Like I said, you can use elbow strikes, okay. Elbow strikes. You think there's a head down here, the arms around me down here. Like a bear hug. I can attack to their head in this way, here, or here. I can attack more straight back like this. Now, if my arms, they have their arms around my arms, I can work to break the whole by like an explosive shake myself on the side, as I did the other times. If I did it before and it worked, it's like if it's not broken, I'll fix it. It's like just an okay here, where you can, if your body is compressed, that's a charging position for exploding out. Understand? So if somebody's squeezing you together and you explode out, that can make them break the whole. See, so it's the same thing as if my arm is cocked back here. This is a power, like a launch position for this, okay? So if I'm squeezed together, from here I can explode out because it's acceleration and distance, understand? See, so the problem contains the solution. We squeeze together and explode out, and if they have their arms just around my arms like this, you can break it. If you're strong enough. So now, another way you can attack, if somebody attacks from behind, is what I call the donkey kick. Okay, so it's like here, I have small punches here. I can attack with a donkey kick behind, which can land center line to the groin or anywhere here to solar plexus. Like in this one. I'll show it in impact training. Okay. From behind. See here. That can be to the knee. That can be here. Somebody's attack from behind. I can kick them just straight. I call this donkey kicking. And it can forbid the balance for the prophet. For heretic fight. So depending on the level, it can be hitting to the knees, which a good place to hit. It can hit the groin or the solar plexus anywhere. So these kicks can be effective. Just kicking here. Can be to the legs or to the groin. Here. Now a lot of times if I'm here and I realize I'm about to be attacked from behind, I can turn around with a back fist, for example, here, spin into a knee attack or a kick, for example. Now it depends. So it depends on what you do. Otherwise, yes, it's a little bit of an open-ended question, which can be good because I can kind of talk about all kinds of situations. But if it's more specific, it's like, what if somebody comes at you like this? Somebody's attacked from behind in this way. Like that, you're like, wow, somebody has a bear hug hold on me from behind. Now, how do you work from there? It's like you're in a fight and you realize you're about to be attacked from behind because you're in a fight and you hear something move towards you, or you feel something touch your body. If you have been attacked already, like you've been kicked in the back from behind and you're still on your feet, what can you do? So it depends. Thanks. That tire thing is from my punching ball, which broke. And now I just have the base of it with 3 tires on it. So if I want to practice punches, dude, I have to sit on my knees, which looks like I'm training for the Paralympics boxing. Okay, I don't know if they let people or not. They have Paralympics where like boxing in wheelchairs, for example. It's a guy or ping pong. Now I don't know if they have like, well, if you're there's some people that have like amputated at the knees and they have to be in a wheelchair, and it's like they can compete against other people in a wheelchair. I don't know if they let people that are not in a wheelchair, but like I choose as a handicap to compete with other people in wheelchairs. I have functional legs, but I get in a wheelchair and it's like I'm chained down and I can't use my legs if they let you compete against other people like that. I understand? It's like if they have a sport, Paralympics, it's like people with one eye, like Michael Bisping, if he's going to compete with in dart, okay, or like bow hunting, like bow archery, or like target shooting, and there's people that have only one eye, and then it's like, if somebody puts an eye patch on, they can compete against people that are in this sport because they have only one eye, and then if you like get an eye patch, you can compete against them. Okay, I don't know, maybe they should have something like that. It's like they have Paralympic sports, and then people can like open Paralympics where people can choose to like accept the handicap to compete with people in the Paralympics. That's an interesting question. It's like people that are prosthetic. Now there'll be some sports where you can't really do it, but yeah. Now maybe it depends. So with knife fighting, like I said before, one of the advantages of Musashi, what he recommended, having 2 swords in training and fighting, it's fighting multiple opponents. Okay, there's an advantage if I have only this and I'm fighting multiple opponents. it can help and I can be more effective, especially with training, if I have two weapons. So if you think about like this, if I'm in this kitchen here, and there's two people that are fighting here, two guys that crack has broken here, and I start moving in, and then one of them is in the corner, okay, it's like they're backing up. My attacks are like driving them into the corner there, and then one of them jumps past me, or however you end up, it's like there's one person in this side of the room who's an enemy, and one person on this in this side of the room that's an enemy. With one knife, I'm limited to attacking only in one direction each time. So if there's one person here, I'm stabbing, slashing them. The person behind me can be attacking me with impunity right now. As long as I can only attack one person at a time with this knife, see? Now if I have two knives, I can attack two people at the same time. So if I'm stabbing somebody here, slashing them, and then the person is behind here, I can be attacking here, and then attack here at the same time. See? I can attack in two directions at the same time, in different ways. See? See? I can be, someone stabs here, and then I can be attacking behind myself. And then if somebody comes up behind me, bear hug, you can obviously attack like this. Both grips, you can attack behind yourself. So I'm attacking one person over here, there's another person behind me. See, I can attack behind myself like this. Now, with this grip, I can attack in a sweeping motion, and if it connects this way, I'm cutting. Whereas with this here, this doesn't do anything, like a sweeping thing if there's a limb. So it's the puncture wound, really, that connected with the tip, which is why this returns to where I talk about good fighting knives. That one of the best weapon knives, like knives to have as a fighting knife, is a double, like a dagger, okay? That's sharp on both sides rather than just one. It's good at thrusting, and I can attack both ways like this. So with this knife, attacking like this, here, with the blade, if there's something, as I'm moving here, obviously I'm attacking it. Now, if it's inverted and I'm attacking like this, it's not really cutting with the back of it. If this was sharp on both sides, like a dagger, it doesn't matter how I'm holding it. I can slash forward and I can slash back with the same grip. So it's like easier, like slash forward, slash back, slash forward, somebody's behind me, slash back. So I'm slashing, it's not just needed to connect with the tip to deliver a punch like a thrust. So. Here's a part like the fighting fitness drills that I've done in my like knife fighting instructionals. Fighting fitness is the circle drill that I recommended. And I don't have to explain it here, but it's something that can be good to do as a drill if you're training knife fighting. You have two training knives, and you just circle it, and you can mix it up and alter it. But this circle drill. So notice how you're slashing forward, and I just forward, okay? And I have no talk to shame about it. I'm just forward, okay? So anyway, here's a point. Yeah. So this is the circle drill. See? So you can think somebody's moved towards me. If they move into this, they're being cut. Now the same thing, like if I'm standing here, somebody just walks into me, they're being cut, okay? Now obviously, if I move forward while doing this, it's an attacking motion. So this is like a static defense, so it's like moving legs and arms or the whole body into me here. It's like if you move into this, you're being cut, okay? Now the same thing applies to me moving forward and I'm cutting the whole way, understand? So, see? Okay. Now this is not really like the, this is kind of like to get better at attack with your legs, you do something like walking a stair or something like this. It's more like that, where you have like a ladder on the ground and you practice your footwork. So it's more of that than like the best technique, the best way to attack with two knives at the same time. So it's like a little bit of both. Now obviously this works, understand? If you're in front of me and I move into you like that, that can mess you up. If you have your arms here, it's like you can cut here, you can get cut here. So here, see, there's a lot of cuts. So here, circle, 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 circle. And then you can go circle, circle, see? So this is like the body dynamics of close range, extending out, cutting, extending out, cutting. This is circle. Then you can extend the circle. And then you can do it like this too. There you go. Tight circle, explode out. Okay. And this is similar to kind of like shadow boxing in a swimming pool, where you're building muscle. Okay. Like you're building muscle, you're exercising the muscles. Use like the whole sequence of attacking like this, like launching and things like this. And you're building your hand-eye, whatever, like how good you are at moving knives around without cutting yourself and things like this. So you get better at wielding knives. You're building muscles for knife wielding, muscle memory, and you're building muscle memory for not hitting yourself as you move knives around. Okay. So I call it the circle drill. See here. See here. The whoop, 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 close range circles. Explode out. Now this is an attack to here, for example, see? Or here. Here. Close range. See here. See. See. See, so you can work with the circle drill, which is like circling it around like this, keeping a tight circle here, different ways, and then you can start changing the circles, like angles, distance, elevation, and that's something that's good to do. See here. See here. This is circle, 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 explode out in a wider circle and elliptical, ellipse. And then the same drill can be inverted, where it's circling here. Now I'm stabbing, see? See, this is stabbing, this is slashing. Here, see, slashing. Inverting it, this is stabbing. And the same thing that we can start low, explode out, see? 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 See here. See? So it's this circle, inverted circle. So this is now stabbing attacks. See? See here? See? See, I'm delivering stabs. Here, slashes. See, it's slashing. Here, it's stabbing. See? See? And then slashing. And you can work with that. And it's like a knife fighting fitness exercise. And you get cord out of this too. And like the muscles of moving your arms around on the knives. So it is a good like basic drill, something to do. And it helps you to like exercise all your little muscle groups that are used to launch. Hand speed, it helps to build and keep hand speed. It's like you're moving around, you're practicing this skill of wielding knives quickly in different ways without hurting yourself. So that's part of training, that you recognize you make a mistake. With training knives, you start circling it, and then if like cut your fingers, like if these was real knives, I would have gotten cut. So you're building the skill of moving the knives around in different ways, dual wielding them without cutting yourself. Okay, that's one of the things you get it. And fighting fitness, you're getting colder if you do long enough. You're exercising your muscles that are used to wield knives. So here, I call this the circle. You can start slow, do it different ways. circle, circle up high, around itself, circle, circle here, work it out, here, see, and then inverting the circle, here, slashing, stabbing, and you can explode out, see here, see here, stabbing, 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 long range stab, see here, see here, see here, different ways you can do it, see here, see here, see here, and it's expanding out, and it's the same, goes from a circle to more elliptical. Works with the reverse grip too. Yeah. See here. See here. Reverse of the flow. See here. Okay. 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 I've done sport with people that watch the hazard perfume, so sometimes I've reacted to the road with them. Yeah. Yeah. This is natural episode. So, if you're still watching, Sabrina, in Japan, are you allowed to have knives on you in public? I think Japan is similar to Sweden in knife laws. I know that citizens can't have guns in public. Obviously, you can have knives at home, but I'm curious to know if you can have in Japan, if it's legal for you to have knives when outside in public. Because, for example, if you're a woman and you attack, a knife can be a force equalizer. That's one of the things a knife is. It's a force equalizer. Or it can level the playing field more. So if you're a small woman walking home, there's like two guys that will attack you for some reason. If you have a knife, you're equaling. It's like the power level. It's like this is how dangerous these people are and how dangerous you are. If you have a knife, it makes it closer to the same level. So one of the advantages to knives is being one person fighting multiple people is when a knife can come in handy. Because if you think about it like this, Sarita here is a petite Japanese woman. So if she will punch me, I don't feel like okay, her punches are not going to be that effective to me. Being small, petite, not like a young, high testosterone athlete, okay? But it's like a petite Japanese woman, okay? If she would punch me here, for example, maybe Francis Ngannou just throwing a jab here, okay, it has an effect on me. If I walk into him punching me here, it can have some effect on me. Now, or here, just like a hook, it can break my ribs. Now, with Sarita here, maybe her punching me here is like I can laugh it off more or less. Okay, so if she would be fighting somebody like me and she has a knife, obviously, if her punches are not that dangerous to me, like I eat it here, it's like I laugh it off, something like this. I get hit there, but it's not effective. I'm just walking into punches. Okay, so now if she has a knife, moving her arm like if she can move her arm like this, it's like a light arm. She can move it kind of half slow into my body. Okay, and it's not doing anything good to me. That's gonna like stop me from being a threat to her. But if she's holding a knife, moving her arm, her light little arm the same way, it's like it can create massive damage to me. See, so it's like a punch here might not do that much to me, like her moving her hand like this. But if she's holding a knife and moving her hand like this, it's like that can hurt you. Okay, So that's one of this. It's a good self-defense tool in places where it's legal. Okay, so obviously I'm not telling people that are in places where it's legal to have knives to carry knives, but if you're allowed by the law to carry knives in public, it's a good self-defense tool. It can be used to defend yourself. Mike always looks funny, great, thanks. Yeah, so the comment she wrote, even in people Japan, the number of perverts is increasing, so we had to protect ourselves. Yeah, main pervert defense is like don't record videos of yourself doing sexual things and upload it to porn websites. That's a main defense against perverts, because perverts spend a lot of time on porn websites looking at that makes you a pervert. I've made videos about this, how now we're getting technical here and precise. Okay. I think that any man that watches porn on a daily basis falls into the category of being a pervert. Okay. If you watch porn, okay, you watch sex movies online like most guys do. If you do that daily, I think you're a pervert. Okay. So what is perversion? Anything outside of the natural order, which means the Word of God is the King James Bible. And if you read the New King James Bible, that's a perversion. It's not the actual verse, it's a perversion. So normal sex, non-perverted sex, normal sex, it's a man and a woman who are married having sex together. And that's not perverted. Now, if you go outside of this is normal sexuality. If you deviate from outside of these bounds of the framework, this is normal sexuality. A man, a woman, being married, having sex together. If you deviate, if you get out of this normal, you're perverted, and it's a matter of degrees. So it's like, here's what's normal, not perverted sex. Man, woman, married, having sex. Now, if you go man, man having sex, that's perverted. Woman, woman having sex, that's perverted. Man, woman, not being married having sex, that's perverted. Looking at videos of strangers having sex with each other and pleasuring yourself to that, which like a peeping Tom perversion is built into that. See, notice how that's crazy. It's like looking at strangers having sex to each other and pleasuring yourself. Whereas like people, if it's in the physical, they'd be like, they were able to see that because how it's weird. It's like some guy that has his wife sleep with another guy and he's looking at her, something like this, and he likes that. They just call cuck, I think. Now people are doing that type of stuff online, but they're looking at strangers having sex. Now if I would engage in the same perversion in the flesh, the same sexuality in real life, I go up to somebody's window and like wait for, like they have the bedroom, I'd like look, oh, it's a husband and wife having sex, and I'm standing there pleasuring myself. That people would be like, the average would, yeah, that's perverted, okay? You're a weirdo, you freak, okay? Now, the same sexual kink, the same thing, virtually, is what most people do. It's like, I'm looking at people having sex, strangers, and playing with myself. Now, if you take the same exact thing to real life, and like go to a villa, it's like you look at a bedroom of a couple, it's strangers that you're not married to them, and you're looking at them having sex. That's perverted. So yes, if you watch porn, which the average man does not meet does on a daily basis, you fall into the category of pervert. And that is things that can make you more perverted or less. Like if you're watching gay porn, that will be more perverted. Okay. If you're watching like weird porn where people like pooping on each other or something like this, that will be even more perverted. But words have meanings, so that's the actual Word of God definition of perversion. It's anything outside of the natural, the normal. Okay, this is the right way, the pure, uncorrupted form. You step outside of that, that's perversion. It's a matter of degrees. So. I make videos about that sometimes. It's like, if you're a Christian watching porn, you're a pervert, stop doing it. So yeah, the average man is a pervert.
And some people are perverted to the degree where the average, corrupt, morally flawed, non-Christian child of Satan, where wickedness is normalized, even they will be able to recognize this as perversion. So I've seen news stories where in Japan, you have this guys. I've heard about this. There's like a thing in Japan and has been, where it's like this people that are like on a public transport, guys that kind of rub against women in that traffic, like this type of perversion. It was like they in public try to get a camera on the woman's skirt or something like this and take pictures. But understand, like they go in a escalator and they have like a camera take pictures up the skirt of women or things like this. I've heard about this being a thing in Japan, more common in Sweden or America. And then also it's like guys on a train and they're like rubbing against. There's a woman here that are rubbing against the person and things like this. So yeah, what you're saying is not new to me. It's not hard to believe because I remember hearing about that. That's a thing in Japan. So yeah, I don't know what you're allowed to carry, because if it's just your body allowed to carry out in public in Japan, and you're like interested in being able to defend yourself, which I think is a natural, healthy instinct. Okay, it's a natural drive, self-preservation, not wanting to be the victim of violence and abuse, and being able to do things that if it starts happening to you, you can protect yourself. That's a natural drive, a natural urge. Self-preservation, which is programmed into human beings and animals in general. No man yet hated his own flesh, but cherished it and nurtured it. So here's the point. So like some people don't take vitamins, which you have to do to if you don't take vitamins, you won't be healthy. So that's a sign of somebody that's not caring enough about their health. Does it get dark early in Sweden? It's 23:00 in Japan, so it's pitch dark. Well, I think it gets dark around, what time is it? 15:06, around 1800 hours. It's gonna be pretty dark. 17, 18. It will be noticeably darker at 1600 hours already. So really, the ultimate thing is, as a woman, you should have a husband, and he's the protector. So really, your protection should, the base of that should be that you have a husband, okay, and you're the weaker vessel, the Bible says, and your husband is supposed to take care of you and be willing to lay down his life to protect you, okay, which means if I have my wife here and we're sleeping, and then somebody's like a burglar come in here in the middle of the night with a weapon. It's like I'm supposed to get up of bed and face the enemy at the gate and put myself in harm's way to neutralize the threat to protect my wife. And it shouldn't be the inverted, where it's like I'm hiding under bed, like, honey, go take care of it, okay? So the woman is the weaker vessel, and the man is supposed to protect her. So it's best you have a husband, and the husband can help you to be protected. So let's Lord must try and teach my fingers to fight, my hands to war. It is God that has helped me to be a good fighter, better at fighting, and God made me stronger. What time is it? It's 15:07, so I have a rule not to drink. A lot of times when I wake up, if I have whiskey at home, then I'm gonna drink. I pick a time. I use discipline. I'm not drinking until after this time when I pick a time. So 15:07. So yeah, God has strengthened me. It is God. He making my feet like hinds feet. People can see my speed, whole body speed, hand speed, swiftness. He making my feet like hinds feet. He making my arms strong enough to bend a bow of steel. Okay, and by him I run through a troop, leaped over a wall, or like close to the actual example. So yeah, the reason that I can throw punches and execute martial arts techniques to level I can, which certainly supersedes the baseline ability. It's because I prayed to God after I got saved. After I became a Christian, I prayed to God that He'd make me stronger and faster and better at fighting. And I pray that He will help me to stay strong and fast. And 15 years after, I'm strong and fast despite having gone through all kinds of things. So God has helped me to be stronger, faster, and better at fighting. Self-trained, self-taught. So, are you still watching, Sabiri? If you're still watching, write something in the chat so I know you're still watching. Whiskey cheers. Okay, yes. So, I will ask you and answer that me. Is it lawful for a man or woman to carry a sword in public in Japan? Gird up thy skirt, shoot thyself a woman. Prepare to give an answer. Okay. I shall ask thee and answer that me. Is it lawful for a man or a woman to carry a small sword, also known as a knife, in public in Japan? That's what I'm attempting to ascertain. Okay, so here's the point. Is it legal in Japan to have knaifu, to have a tanto? Can you have a tanto? In Japan, is it legal for you? Can you bring a knife in your pocket or purse? Can you have a knife with you when you go outside, when you're leaving home? Is that legal? That's what I want to know. Can you have a knife out in public? I will show you again my Japanese style knife. This is a good knife. Cold steel. これは担当です。これは担当です。Cold steel recon 担当です。Okay.これはそれはことです。Okay. This is cold steel recon tanto. So this is a Japanese style knife. So the samurai would have 2 or 3 blades of them. They would have a tanto knife. They would have a wakizashi sword and a katana sword. Katana does. The katana is the longer sword. The wakizashi is the smaller sword. And the tanto is the knife. Okay. And I don't think it's possible that sometimes you have samurai claim only the 2 swords, okay, and not a tanto knife. But some samurai certainly had a tanto knife as part of their loadout, okay. So this is a cold steel recon tanto. I bought this on Temu, so it may or may not be a knockoff, okay. So you can't count it being as good as the original, but sometimes even a knockoff of a called original can be pretty good quality, but you shouldn't count it being as high quality as original. Okay. So this is a cold steel recon tanto, which is a good fighting knife. And I've put this through its paces. I've done what you might call torture testing of it. Stabbing through metal repeatedly, hacking wood, stabbing wood. I've had enough experience with it to be able to tell that this is a good knife. And if it's a knockoff, then the original is going to be at least as good. Okay. So if the knockoff is this good, like if the knockoff is good, okay, I will call this a good knife. Then obviously the original that it's a copy, it is going to be at least as good, is what you can count. This is a cold steel recon tanto. A time to render, time to sue. This delivers lacerations. This is something that can deal with lacerations, first aid. So the handle is something, it's a medical tape, which is used to stop bleeding, and this part of it keeps bleeding. Okay. So now it's a grip enhancement. So here's another no gargle. You can stand like this.
So the main point of fighting is defeating the enemy. Okay, and there's many ways to climb a mountain. The main point is destroy the enemy, and you don't want to be like a slave to technique. There's like the right way to defeat an enemy. It's like the point is defeating the enemy, achieving victory. Okay. So this is a good knife. It's supposed to be content. So what I was asking you is, I want to know if it's legal for people in Japan to have knives on them in public. In Sweden, it's not. At home, you can carry knives, but you can't legally carry knives in public. If I would have to guess, I guess it's not. Now, I know that Japan is one of the most like low crime countries. They have a low crime rate and a high conviction rate, and these two things might be connected. Say, correlation sometimes equals causation, meaning you have a high conviction rate can lead to a low crime rate. If it's like, well, if you do a crime and you get caught 9 or 10 times, you end up in prison, okay? And there's few people that like get out, they're like on a technicality. Like if the government charges you for a crime in Japan, 9 or 10 times you end up spending time in prison, okay? Then it's like if you do the crime, you gotta do the time, and not kind of like sometimes you do the crime, sometimes. If you do the crime sometimes, 1 or 10 times you do the time. See, so now that can also indicate like system corruption, where it's like they're not really, it's like they're not proving your guilt thoroughly, and it's just like you got charged, we think you're guilty, and you're getting convicted. Okay, we're saying you're guilty, and if the government gets to a point of saying publicly you're guilty of something, you end up being put in prison for it. So that has a point. I remember hearing crime statistics that Japan has a low crime rate. So contrasted to Sweden and America, the per capita, what is the name? It's like out of 100 people in Sweden, how many people get their ass kicked, like assaulted in the street once in their life? It's like they get attacked physically at some point. Out of 100, maybe it's 1 out of 100 people in Sweden that at least once in life is out in public and get physically attacked by somebody. Contrasted to Japan, maybe it's 1 in 300 or something like this. See, so you're less likely to be the victim of violent crime in Japan than in Sweden or America, being a citizen who's out after dark, walk around in public. From what I've seen. And from what I've seen, my impression is that from the small amount of crime contrasted with America, like violent crime, burglaries, drugs, whatever, like the crimes, it's like Japan has a lower crime rate than Sweden, okay? Like assaults, muggings, burglaries, home invasions, things like this, thefts. Thefts of property on a person's in a person's home. Okay, it's lower, so you're less likely to have your house broken into if you live in Japan than if you live in Sweden or America. You're less likely to be physically attacked walking down the street in Japan versus in America, Sweden, and you're less likely to have your car stolen in the parking lot in Japan, in Japan, contrasted to Sweden or America, and the low crime rate is there. Also, here's another thing that I realized. So, what it seems to me is like there's a small amount of crime compared to Sweden and America. Okay, now a big part of the small amount of crime that happens, like assaults and burglaries and theft and different law breakings, is done by a small part of the population, like 1%, which are like career criminals, like the Yakuza or something like this traditionally. Where it's like pretty much the most, like a lot of the crimes that are committed by gangs in Japan, like the traditional Yakuza. Okay, so it's like assaults in Japan, somebody come to somebody's house and attacking them or attack them in the street. That's kind of rare. And a lot of the assaults that are made by like criminals that are lifestyle criminals like the Yakuza, where it's like they shake somebody down or somebody owes them money or whatever the thing is, and so some bad guys come to kick somebody's ass like extortion thing. So a lot of the crime in Japan, violent crime, is done by career criminals like the Yakuza, like the Japanese mob. Okay, and that's changed recently. For the Yakuza, they will cut off the pinky if they offended their boss or something like this. I don't remember if it was an entry ritual, where it's like part of like being jumped into the gang, they cut off your pinky, or if it was that if you mess up somehow, it's like you fail your boss, it's like you have to cut the pinky off. Okay, so but that's part of the culture too. So, yeah, you're less likely to be attacked in the street in Japan than in Sweden or America. If you're a woman walking home alone in Japan versus Sweden or America, you're less likely to get attacked in Japan. So, I'm gonna Google it because I asked you, you didn't answer. I don't know if you're having trouble understanding what I'm asking you or not. So I'm gonna Google it. Knife in public, Japan. Okay. Carrying knives, firearms, etc. is controlled by the Swords and Firearms Control Law. It is illegal to carry a blade of any kind exceeding 6 centimeters without justifiable grounds. Persons violating this law face imprisonment with work for up to 2 years or a fine up to 300,000 yen. Okay. So, okay, that answers the question. You can't have a knife on in public in Sweden or in Japan. And it's the same thing in Sweden, where I'm well within my legal rights to carry knives on me within the bounds of my habitation. Okay. But if I would walk downtown carrying knives and the cops camp, that would be legal. Okay. Some parents don't raise the children, understand? These people are child abuse, don't raise the children out like acting like idiots. And stuff like this. So there's a lot of parents in this city that don't raise the children. It's like the kids are out. It's like it shows, like you have a child act like this, it shows they have bad parents. Okay. Disturbing the peace. Yeah, anyway. So, since you're not about to carry knife or firearms, if you're interested in protect yourself, well, first of all, become a Christian. That's the first thing to do for personal safety and protection. Get saved, okay? Secondly, get a husband, okay? Find a husband and he'll be your protector. Thirdly, there's things you can do to get better at defending yourself as a woman against other people. So obviously, you can get better at using your body as a weapon. I made videos, street fighting self-defense videos before. And I think my videos are at least as good as Boss Ruben's street fighting self-defense videos. For people in Sweden. I made videos teaching people how to like street fighting self-defense techniques and methods. Where improvised use of weapons is part of it. Illuminati doesn't like that I'm better at teaching the truth than Raphael Garnold, who's a systems shield sellout. So a lot of pastors are controlled, King James Bible only pastors. Free grace pastors, they're controlled by Illuminati. They're the radio station sellout type from the David movie. And they are like an Illuminati shell. Okay, they sold out Illuminati. And they're controlled by Illuminati, used by the satanic deep state to nefariously control Christians because they're control freaks. So you have inferior Bible teacher Raphael Garnold. And what they don't like about me is I'm better than him at being a Bible teacher because I've been teaching the truth consistently. Okay, so I'm better pure in doctrine. So people that are Christians, if they listen to me and take my advice, they'll be better helped. Okay, they'll be better. They have a quality leader really tell them the truth that they need to grow and prosper spiritually and physically as Christians. Secondly, I'm more entertaining than him. I'm funnier. I'm better at singing. So he does things where he tries to he does singing, he tries to crack jokes, okay? And he's not funny, he's not good at singing. So it's like me, I'm superior to him, which is hard for him to compete with me because I'm better than him at singing. I can be funnier, more entertaining, more charismatic, and my teaching is better. So I had a comment recently, which could be one of these little love bombing agents. It's like acting like they're playing a subtle game to be like, Mike, I'm asking about the kingdoms, but this seems to the new King James people, they're all about entertainment and sing because that's what they're afraid of Illuminati. It's like they know that I can amass a massive audience based off of as well my singing and being entertaining while also teaching the truth. So what I answered them was, it's not entertainment and music is not bad, okay? The issue with the new King James churches is that they're not pure in the doctrine, okay? So I smell like a rat where it looks like they're playing a game to be like subtly insinuate. It's like Mike, behavior modification and perceptual management was like, Mike, don't be entertaining and sing because we're worried about how big you can get on social media and reach more people to truth if you keep singing and being not boring in live streams, okay? So it's like, I try to paint that as it's like bad. If you're singing or having music or in your ministry, that's bad. Okay, no, it's not. So music is not bad. Mirth, entertainment is not bad per se, okay? God, part of worship is singing, okay? So the issue is not that these mega churches that have like the Hillsong and it's like rock concerts. It's not that it's bad to have music that's entertaining or have a pastor that's charismatic and can be funny and it's like it can be entertaining to listen to him. The opposite of boring. That's not a problem. The issue is what they're teaching, if they're pure in doctrine, if they use the right Bible teaching right doctrine. So the most important thing is teaching the truth. So me, I'm teaching the real gospel, I'm using the real Bible. That's the most important thing. Now, if I'm teaching the truth and using the real Bible, teaching the real gospel, and I'm also singing sometimes, which attracts an audience, where there's people like Mike Side live a cappella singing, or a short singing like Elvis. Maybe I didn't hold you quite as often as I should have. And I guess I never told you, girl, I'm so happy that you're mine. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm so sorry I was blind. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not the best I could do. But if I make a YouTube, that was a YouTube short. And it's like people are, oh, come, this is pretty good singing, okay? I enjoy listening to this guy sing a cappella, okay? And it's like, I want to subscribe to this guy because he might keep uploading these shorts. I like to listen to this guy sing a cappella. Well, so if I make a video like that today, Elvis asked a cappella singing. Maybe I didn't hold it. And someone said, I like this, subscribe to the guy. Next tomorrow I go, the gospel of faith alone, how to be saved from hell, like a fire. This person, if I had uploaded a video singing that good the day before, they would have subscribed to my channel and gotten the gospel the next day. See? So it's not so music, singing well, ability and talent that comes from God, beauty and things like this that can help you get more views if you've got a handsome face of someone else. See? It's not that beauty is bad. If I have a beautiful face and a ripped physique and I make a video, Christian masculinity, how to strengthen yourself physically and spiritually. And in the time that my guy has ripped me with a six-pack, and I'm faster than most people. If that can help to get people to click the video, they can learn how to be as Christians. So singing is not bad. Being entertaining is not bad. It's not always like, if you're a teacher, be boring. See, don't sing. If you got a talent from God that's intended to help you do God's will, don't use your singing to get more people to get the gospel. See, because that's the effect. If since I have singing talent, if I upload videos singing, and some people like it, they subscribe to me because they want to hear more of my singing uploads. On the same channel, I'm also doing Bible teaching, sharing the gospel, attacking false gospels. It's like Raphael God is wrong the gospel. He adds a sinner's prayer. The real gospel is faith alone in the gospel. Now notice how these talents that God has given me can help me to reach more people with the gospel. So singing is not bad. Entertainment is not bad. Okay. The issue with the modern mega churches that are one of the things they do is like singing, and they have Hillsong and like a rock concert or a light show and all the stuff, and they focus on being like entertaining or making people feel good. The issue is that they're errant teaching. Okay, so that's the issue. Are they right? Is a person right in the doctrine or not? Or they use the real Bible, teach the real gospel, teaching the truth? Okay, and if somebody is using the real Bible, teach the real gospel, it's great if they also have some other things going for themselves, like beauty, singing, energy, and charisma and things like this. They can be entertaining because that can help to advance the gospel, the furthest of the gospel. It can help to reach more people with the gospel. It can help people to pay attention more to what you're teaching. So, no, that's how that works. I would have been rich and famous if it wasn't for the Illuminati working to sabotage what I'm doing. Could have been. So they can't compete. Like Raphael Garner, the narcissist, he's inferior to me. So he does narcissistic identity theft on me and gaslight and all this stuff. Like in a free and level playing field, these guys can't compete with me. So the sellout pastors, they have to rely on the Illuminati work to sabotage what I'm doing and cheating to make them have success. So Raphael Garner, for example, is people that are paid to go watch his videos, leave likes and fake positive comments, like deception. It's like great teaching. If somebody's paid, Raphael Garner or somebody supporting him, like pay somebody to like hire a firm in India where they have soft puppet accounts. And then it's like they have a job on Raphael Garner posts a video, go watch the video, leave a comment, great teaching or something like this, and hit a thumbs up. So that's part of how they cheat. That's part of how they cheat. I go to sleep soon. See you later. Okay. Yeah, so beware Raphael Garner, he's a narcissist. It's like he's one of these people that are narcissists, like actually. Like Mike Side is a real man of God. He's like a superhuman. He can sing, he's beautiful, he's funny, and he speaks the truth. So Raphael Garner, who's a self pastor, like says, oh, Mike is funny, entertaining. It's like, I don't need to know that. It's like, so people have told me I should be a comedian, I'm funny. And he's not funny, okay? He's not really funny. I'm funny, just unprepared a lot of times and more entertaining in my live streams than he's ever been. Okay, and he's like, I'm freaking out jokes for my next sermon to try to be fun, and it's not even that good. So, it's like kind of pathetic, and I'm a pathetic man, but I can tell him do nothing. It's like, I'm entertaining and fun in my live streams. And then next week, that sermon, it's like, he sees my videos, like, oh, I get narcissistic injury, that this guy's better than me somehow, he's funny. It's like, yeah, so somebody told me I should be a comedian, I'm funny. And he makes a bad joke. So he's a narcissist, I think, Garner. Not only is he a narcissist, but he's a sellout. Okay, so he's paid to. That he's a sellout. He's a Illuminati shell. One of his errors is he never taught Christians to confess the sins. See, all these years he hasn't been teaching Christians confession of sins as part of his counselor. Okay, working to. I'm here to help you as a Christian to go and he hasn't been teaching something you have to teach Christians or they can't go. See? He hasn't been teaching Christians to confess their sins. Unlike me, which I've been doing consistently. Because it's something that you need to do as a Christian. And one of his most grievous errors, one of the most grievous errors, is corrupting the gospel of the sinner's prayer. The Bible says, if any man give any other gospel than that which we have preached unto, let him be accursed. In Galatians and what. And he's been doing that. So you can corrupt the gospel by adding something to faith in the gospel, or by removing something. So it's like I'm the only person I know that is King James only faith alone teaching the truth. Raphael Arnold is guilty of heresy, teaching lies, corrupted the gospel in his prayer, not teaching confession of sins and attacking confession of sins is one we do. Like teaching against it, this one occasion. How about Rob Baker? Corrupts the gospel, teaches heresy, salvation by faith and works in the Old Testament. Has corrupted the gospel in the same way Raphael Arnold has by adding like confessing, calling, prayer as part of the gospel. Sinner's prayer, that's a common way that the fake free grace faith on people. King James only free grace corrupt the gospel by adding sinner's prayer, including calling, asking, praying to actually just believe in the gospel. What about Stronghold Baptist Church? King James only claim to be faith alone, free grace. Corrupt the gospel by sinner's prayer. Stephen Anderson, same there. Or by Edward P.F., he teaches that eternal security is not something you understand when you read the gospel, something you have to get taught later on. That's one of his errors. About Jack Smack. Well, first of all, he's a silly little boy bitch where he makes videos with like 40s and juvenile, silly, immature. Okay, like a silly goofball. This fun stuff. What is his doctrine of heresy? He's a lordship salvationist. Teaches lordship salvation. And has promoted the crossless gospel, Grace Evangelical Society. So he's promoting heretical ministries. Yeah, so my wife is a Christian. I'm gonna have this live stream and call her pretty soon. I might call again later, we'll see. If you want to improve as a person, mentally, physically, spiritually, if you're a Christian, want to improve, I'm here, ready and able to empower people. I've been doing that, but most people are fools and they despise wisdom, knowledge, and instruction. And that they have been and will continue to eat the fruits of their ways, unless they repent,